What You Mean Christmas special.
The What You Mean Christmas edition.
Yeah. Ho, 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 motherfuckers.
Absolutely. I'm glad to be back. I've been missing in action for a couple
2 episodes.
2 episodes, but for good reason.
Damn.
And it's just good to be back with my crew, and I've missed y'all.
We missed you too.
Absolutely. Let's go. Got a lot to talk about
Yeah.
today, baby.
So you want to start it off then?
Always. So.
Because I didn't. Well, I don't even. Do we even do anything?
We don't even need to do it.
God,
we just roll with the flow. Man.
We're not professional.
We're to that level.
Hold on.
We're
First
60
off,
followers into this. We're professional now.
That's for all the Cowboy fans.
You want me to tell you what's gonna happen to them?
Hey,
they're gonna go undefeated the rest of the season and not make the playoffs.
Who's that? Us?
Yeah. You know why?
Why?
Because everybody sitting on that couch can't make the playoffs.
Hey, he called it. He said they were going to win out.
We're taking it one game at a time. But we watched the Cowgirls, though. Them girls. I know that.
Hey, but no lie. That game plan yesterday, what's today, Monday? Yeah, that
Sunday.
game today. Yeah, but yesterday was just that game plan was so fucking nice with that new coordinator.
Absolutely. You got rid of Ken Dorsey and
how many times did y'all?
Isn't your offensive coordinator the old LSU?
Yeah, absolutely, he is the old LSU
And
coordinator.
but guess what fucking Joe Burrow people. But guess what? He didn't do. How many times did
I mean, he went to the Panthers after he got hired from the Panthers after LSU. But let's just be honest, the Panthers don't really have an offense to play with. You got an offense to play with. You got that scheme. So
and it's crazy because Buffalo and the Panthers have it's like it for years. It's been if you either when you left Buffalo, you either went to the Falcons or you went to the Panthers. It's because you guys got Cornelius Bennett back in the days. You got who else did you get from us? You got Peerless Price from us. You got Daryl Talley from us. And you also, and then as far as with Carolina, you got, I want to say, didn't Frank Wright coach? Or is that?
No, he coached for the Colts.
For the Colts, that's right. Excuse me. Bring it back, Frank. But there's
he
a couple
did
other
play for the Bills.
Right.
He was a quarterback for the Bills.
Quarterback for the Bills, but I thought he coached for them. That was.
I think that was during the Music City Miracle. I think.
Not then. That was way before that. Yeah, he's the one that brought us back. We were down by
38-3.
38-3 with playing the Houston Oilers.
That's what it was.
But
same teams.
But the quarterback, I mean,
he's completed 7 passes yesterday for 94 yards.
And he threw
15. He had 15 attempts.
They completely changed their style.
I mean,
15 attempts. 15 attempts.
We ran the ball. I've
been
complaining for 2 years that we don't run the football.
Normally 50 attempts.
What have I been saying?
Here's the weird part about yesterday's game, right? Everybody thought December, Buffalo.
No.
It was going to be super
cold. It was 43 degrees outside.
Hold the fuck up. Hold the fuck up.
What?
Hold the fuck up.
Are you okay?
No, I'm not okay.
What's wrong?
Because this whole fucking rain shit y'all gave me last week. Yeah. Let me tell you the shit. He played.
It's on the ring.
Yes. No. Let me tell you. He act like he was so innocent. I love college football. I don't know NFL. I don't know NFL.
Why'd you play
that?
No. Hold on.
I'm a Falcons fan.
Hold on, please.
You don't know who.
We know you're not. We know you don't know NFL because you're a Falcons fan.
Please let me stop. Please let. I'm telling you, I know this shit. I'm telling you, the reason why this motherfucker's gonna win is because.
No, I'm out.
Hold on.
He's out.
Hold on. The reason why he was cooking, is because the whole beginning of the season, the whole at that Taco Mat, you was like, I don't know. You said I don't know NFL football.
Okay.
But he knows I don't watch it. But he knows the college players.
But hold on.
But he knows the college players.
I know.
Hey, we're trying to get to
I'm trying to. But listen, I gave him James Cook, the guy who fucking.
By the way, hold on.
You gave him who?
Listen
Say his name again.
Listen to
what's his name?
Hey, this is how funny this shit was.
That wasn't smart.
So I told him.
I know.
I was trying to get P. Ryan. I gave him fucking Kadarius Toney.
Who? Super drops?
Yeah.
Super.
The first game he drops 4 passes.
He reminds me of that guy from Unnecessary Roughness. Fastest guy on the field, but he can't catch a thing.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I was trying to get P. Ryan. You're like, no, you could have James Cook. I'm like,
sure.
Okay.
Wow.
Hey,
I would have taken AJ
Maybe
Dillon.
Kadarius Toney should have Kelsey throwing to him.
My only
Those are the
problem.
ones he doesn't drop.
Wow.
My only problem
Listen,
with the
you
ring.
didn't even want him.
Oh, and I wasn't here.
And that's why I was
No, I mean I did, but I wasn't like that's outrageous. Kadarius Toney for James Cook.
My only
It's
problem with the
outrageous.
ring is
I wasn't even trying for
What's your
that.
problem?
my only problem with the ring is how you display it.
Yeah.
I told him to do the shadur, to be fair.
No,
But
that's
the
it. That's-
shadur ain't like this.
Yeah.
And when we said
wait,
let's see
wait,
it, you should have turned it over like this here. But you did one of these.
No, wait, no.
Come
no,
on, man.
No.
Come on, son.
No. He wanted to see it, and that was the best angle for the camera, so.
Turn it over.
I
So we
know,
can see
I know,
last
I
place.
was-
You know, we
it
don't
was-
like to
it was-
read upside down.
I'm new to this.
So right now, there's a lot of teams in the AFC who look pretty good. We got to give it up to. I got to give it up to the Ravens for the time being. I'm not still saying Lamar's there, but I got to give it to the Ravens. They look pretty good.
Absolutely. Let's be
the
honest,
Bills
though.
look pretty good.
Thank you.
The Dolphins still look
Still
pretty
look
good.
good.
So
It's
I
gonna be a
I
tough
think the
crapshoot,
AFC is a
man.
good. I think the AFC is a better conference up and down. NFC really got. I still think Dallas is still there.
Yeah.
Eagles, San Francisco. I think that's it.
Frisco's a team to beat.
I don't think
Right
there's.
now.
The Bucks are winning the NFC South right now. Let's just be honest. I don't put them with any of those other 3 teams. Maybe
And
there's
Baker
some-
Mayfield, give it
there's
up to
somebody-
Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
You gotta give it up, man.
Let's
Listen,
go.
however you feel about that kid, man, that kid he's reinvented himself.
He had a
and here
perfect.
he is.
He had a perfect passer rating. yesterday.
Absolutely, man. You
He
can
looks
say a
like
lot,
a
but
basic
he's a
sea
tough
lion.
kid, and he's out here playing ball and proving that he belongs, man. And I'm
He looks like-
hats off to
Yeah,
him.
looks
Detroit's
like-
still wishy-washy to me.
I like Detroit. There's something.
like 'em, but
it's
that-
something. They're just
they're
something.
They're not consistent, man.
They've got a good
But
team.
they could beat you on any.
Absolutely,
They
any
could.
given Sunday
They
they
could.
can beat you.
And I don't think Brock. To me, there's a lot of people saying Brock Purdy is the favorite for the MVP.
Oh,
But
shit.
to me, if you gave me the weapons that he has, I'm not saying he doesn't make good decisions. C-Mac,
He's got a lot.
Debo.
of weapons. Yeah, he's got. Man.
are you
Kittle.
right?
Wow.
I mean, you're stacking the team around him to just let somebody be back there and
I
go.
don't really
Right,
think
here
they
you go.
consider
Dump
him
down,
Purdy.
dump down,
I
dump
don't
down.
think they consider him Purdy MVP.
Oh, he's one of the
Because
favorites.
look at their record.
He's one of the
Look at
favorites.
him. San Francisco's a team.
Plus,
to beat.
when he does play well. I'm not saying he doesn't. I just don't know. I don't know how he would do
I think
on a
if the-
mid-team.
I think
on a
the
team
I
that
got
didn't
you.
have
That,
those
that,
weapons.
that doesn't have
I
the
think
most
if
talent.
the MVP, well, if it had to go to the 49ers, it would have to go to still Christian McCaffrey. Because without him, it still don't open up.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, I'll tell you what. If my team keeps running, if we can play this style of football through this month right here, like I don't care who we play. I'll put us up against anybody because Josh doesn't have to play hero ball. He's not throwing the ball 40 times a game.
I mean, the reason why I loved about it, the reason why I love the game scheme about it, because the defensive MVP should go. If the NFL can give it to the MVP, it should go to Parsons.
Michael Parsons. All they did was scheme for him. They
Yeah,
ran
and they did.
at him.
Yeah, and
They
they
didn't.
did because
They let him free. They didn't block him.
Yeah, they did whatever they
And when
did.
he rushed, we ran.
Yeah, whatever they did, it was for him, and it opened up the whole game. It was beautiful. That shit was beautiful because he was out the whole
And like
game.
all the talking heads are talking about it, but you know, Dallas's defense is built for speed.
Yeah.
They're not big. They got somebody. They got a linebacker that's like 205 pounds. Like, once you put your hands on him, what is he gonna do?
So
You're gonna be out the way.
So this is the thing. now this is the thing. So Dan Quinn was going to get all the glory for that shit, and he was the head coach for the Falcons, and he is a great defensive coordinator. I kid you not, he is. And when he was at the Falcons, we had we went to the Super Bowl, of course. But when we don't have a lead, because what you just said, if we don't have a lead and if a team jumped on us,
you don't have the ability to.
We don't have the girth to take the pounding when somebody got the lead to run down our throat, and that's what the fuck happened. And
I don't mean to bring this up, but I believe you had the lead in the Super Bowl and you still lost.
Yeah.
28-3.
And once again, I'll say this again. For that Super Bowl, buddy, you do know why y'all lost that Super Bowl. I think I've told you this in the past. You want me to tell you again?
Because they didn't play the same game they played in the first half.
Simple. It's real simple. And this is just my theory, world, but if you think back to that season, Matt Ryan was regular season MVP, right? So now here we are in the Super Bowl. What was your running back's name? Devontae Freeman.
Yes.
Was running. I mean, he was running wild the entire game. Running wild.
Well, definitely first half.
Part of the second half, too. They couldn't stop him from running. It got close. It got close down, and whoever the powers that be said, man, Matty Ice got a chance to be the regular season MVP, and he's got a chance to be the Super Bowl MVP. So we're going to throw, they made that one pass to Julio Jones. He caught it, got that first down, and after that, you guys never ran the ball again, and the rest is history. You left Tom Brady with 3 minutes on the clock. That's like an entire quarter for him. So, but I truly believe that you guys lost that game by not running the football. Even if you would have got to delay a game on a fourth down, that game, you still win that game. But you tried to throw the ball, and you saw what happened.
I'll tell you what, man. Next week, I'll be in Vegas for Christmas.
Yes, sir.
Watching that Ravens-49ers game is going to be
game of the year right now.
Our premier Super Bowl.
You're going to be on that big TV outside of the pool?
I'm going to be watching it somewhere. I don't know if I'll be in the pool. It's going to be in the 30s.
Oh, okay. I was going to be
You
cold.
got to hit that spirit, though.
Wait, you going to Vegas for Christmas?
Yeah.
That's his favorite
The whole
city in the
family.
world.
I don't know
dude.
family.
I
He
don't know
told me
about
that. He said
traveling
favors
for
his
Christmas.
favorite.
Remember episode, I forget 6, and we was talking about some people travel for Christmas vacations, and that's one of them.
Yep.
See,
I traveled for Thanksgiving one year.
I traveled
Great.
We got no
my-
kids, man.
my
You know,
family.
But that's what we was talking
We
about.
got no
Some
kids.
people
My
travel.
my mom's going. My in-laws
So
are
that's
gonna be
your
out
family.
there. We're gonna,
That's
we're
good
gonna have a
stuff.
good time, man. What's it's bowl season. It's NFL.
And it's Vegas. It's warm.
Bowl season for some.
No, it's gonna
It
be
ain't
cold.
that warm. It's the high's gonna be in the mid-50s and the low's gonna be in the mid-30s.
Yeah, you know you in the
kinda warm
desert
right
gets
here.
cold, buddy.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know that. The desert get cold.
I know, but not. I thought it was opposite in the wintertime.
Nah, bro.
No, that's South America. That's below the equator, bro.
That's Miami, my people.
No,
that's
below the.
Oh my
below
God.
the-
Oh my
Did you
God.
just say?
Oh my god.
Hey, y'all tripping, dog.
It ain't your fault, man.
Oh my
Hey,
god. That's that fucking roll tide education, baby.
Yeah.
Fuck that
God
shit.
damn.
That's somebody who likes Auburn
Hey.
and Alabama. at the
Roll
same
tide
time.
roll. What the fuck?
Here's your representative.
War
Representative
Tide.
right
War
now.
Eagle Tide.
Yeah.
But Miami.
War
still-
Eagle.
Speaking of
Go
War
Tigers.
Eagles, I had the pleasure of going to the USC Auburn basketball game yesterday with my son, and we went to see Bronny James and also Isaiah Collier, who's a local guy here, who went to Wheeler High School and was the #1 player in the country last year. But LeBron James Jr. had 5 points. He's a good player. And I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt because he's had his health issues and he's working his way back in. But he looked very, very pedestrian. And just for boot, my son's 14. My son said, Dad, I could have scored at least 8 points in that game. Guaranteed. Right now, with me being who I am right now, I could have scored 8 points in that game. And I would be willing to bet money on it. And he's 14. But he's a shooter too, though.
Yeah, but he also didn't have his dad probably donate to the school to make sure he's on the team, those kind of things. Especially
And it's not
especially
just
when
that.
LeBron doesn't even stand for the national anthem and all, man.
Hey,
Come
man.
on.
Hey, listen, man.
How you pull
Hey,
that
that's a
stunt,
sensitive thing
So,
for my
but,
community.
hey,
You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
I can understand you disagree.
I'm not saying it's
Can you defend LeBron? Because do you think?
Oh, so here's the thing.
Do you think he was
Walking
being
in
disrespectful?
while-
Do you think he was being disrespectful? I just think he probably wasn't even paying attention. He had an earphone
Nah,
in
he
his
does
ear.
it all the time.
No, I mean,
When have you
but
seen LeBron not stand for,
sometimes he's a businessman.
tell me one time.
He's a
I've seen
businessman.
2 videos.
He just didn't do it
Uh-huh.
the other night for his son's first game.
Really?
He's-
Okay.
but hold on,
I didn't
he's a
see
bit-
it, but
hold on,
He
he's
walks
a-
in. He walks in while they're playing the national anthem and sits down. Like, here's my thing.
Okay,
I get where you're
talk.
coming from about what you're also trying to set the example, trying to be the leader. You don't walk in, start eating stuff, and sit down.
Gotcha.
Don't walk in during it.
Right? You could have just stayed
right?
out.
You
Right?
can sit down until
Absolutely.
Right. I think that's the difference,
Right.
and I'm not saying like, and I don't.
No.
Personally, I don't
care.
care.
Right.
LeBron has his choices to make in life. I have mine. LeBron is a great player. He's one of the greatest basketball players to ever live.
Right.
But I think you take some responsibility of being a leader too.
I got you. So let me answer this right quick, and I'm coming out, and
I don't mean
respect.
history. I got you're gonna say like, hey, my people have
No. I'm not even going there. I'm gonna go here for this. I'm gonna say this, and I respect that. I get it. Trust me, I'll be the first person to get it. But I'll play devil's advocate on the other side. So now you've got this guy who's criticizing the media, right, for his stance, however it is, on whatever issue it is, right? So now he's got the platform to where he can reach a lot of people, for one thing. And here's the other side of it for me and most of the people that
Here's my thing. He wasn't. It'd be different if he was trying to reach a platform. He wasn't even. There was no platform. There was nothing.
Do you
he
think it
was
was
just,
a candid
he was
moment,
just,
or you
yeah,
think
he
it
was just
planned?
doing it.
What do you think it was planned, or was it candid?
Oh no, it was just a candid moment.
Okay, so
he
even with that
wasn't
being said,
trying to.
I got you. So that's even better for me.
If he was trying to set a tone,
Right.
and say, hey, we're going to stand against this,
Right.
I might support
That's
that in
different.
a way.
So if he just got caught in the candid moment, then he got caught in the candid moment.
I think that's I'm not against. I am against people not standing, but
Right.
but I can understand if you're doing it for a reason, for something.
Let me get this point out, James, and then we'll let you go. So, but just even if that's your stance with it, if he did that and that's your stance, from the other side of it, so here's this kid that, if you just really look at it in its totality, who's this kid who comes from nothing, right? He's never been in any trouble. He married his high school sweetheart. They've been together forever. They have a beautiful family.
Yep.
He brought his friends along. He made his friends millionaires. He didn't give them anything. What he did was, when he got in the league, he had the people who handled things. He had each of his friends come to see what they do. They went to school, got degrees, and they were able to take on those things. So he brought them along. Then
I'm not criticizing LeBron for all the other things he does.
Right.
But once again, I think that part of him is great.
But I think it gets overshadowed.
Even
in our community.
That might be the case.
Even
too.
in our community.
And here's the thing.
Especially we criticize him more
He
than
could
anybody.
have had earbuds. There could have been a number of things going on that I don't know. I just saw what I saw.
Okay.
And
Go ahead, say what you gonna say.
Yeah.
I'm tired of you.
Yeah, because you said what I was gonna say. Because this is what I'm thinking. He's a businessman. He's got so many businesses going on. He does. And so he's walking in, earbuds in. He's talking to somebody who's talking about some big business going on. Bop, 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 bop. He's not hearing what's going on. He's not.
I got you, but here's my thing about that.
Escorting him in.
If you're a businessman,
because he's
and
escorting him.
you got somebody escorting you.
Yeah, because
somebody's telling you the national anthem's playing.
No, they ain't. No, they ain't.
There's some.
There are hush. Those
I
people.
promise you.
I swear to God.
I promise you, somebody's telling you what's going on.
They're hush puppies.
No, but
You got a PR person, what you make?
Yeah.
You don't.
If you got a PR person,
Yes.
what
I swear
you
to God.
Yes.
Hey, listen.
I swear to God.
So I think
They probably pick out what you wear.
No.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
I just think
because you just rambling.
Look,
man.
and here's the thing. I don't. if and I'm not saying. Look, here's the thing. The fact of the matter is, that's the only time he ever did it. Second time he did it. I'm sure there's people all over the world or country who have not stood once or twice.
Shit all the time.
Right.
I see it at the games. I mean, if they
But
were paying the crowd,
they're also not sitting front row.
right. They're not the star of the show. They're not the people who's there. And I get it.
And they
But
also didn't make $1 billion from
I can
people
see
coming
both
to
sides.
watch.
Okay,
I see
but
both
there's
sides of it.
nothing going on right now to even
to warrant
bring-
that.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
But what I'm saying
that's
is
what I'm saying.
that makes
Y'all
it even
making
all the
shit-
better for me
y'all making
because
shit out of nothing.
no, it was a
Y'all
candid.
making
I didn't know it was a
nothing.
candid
Y'all
moment.
making
If he was
nothing
doing it
nothing.
for-
y'all making
if
nothing
it
out of
wasn't
nothing.
intentional,
Y'all making stuff out of nothing is
We're not
nothing.
making
It's
it.
not.
If it wasn't intentional, then it's nothing.
That's what we
nothing
said.
even going
Yeah.
on in
I
the
know, but
country.
I just
We said that.
There's
that's where we got to. We were all in agreement with that.
What's going on in the country right now?
Did
What?
you not see about with Georgia with the votes?
Right now? Right now.
Yeah.
All I know about Georgia is
Look
they
at,
just bought us.
look at the 2020 election votes.
Right now.
Google it.
What about it?
It came out.
What?
I can't. Well, actually, I probably can say this because it's a fact now. It's all confirmed.
What's the
They
confirmation?
counted the fake ballots.
Okay, so
So
check this out.
And it's gonna
Even
be
if
multiple states.
Hey, check this out.
And it's gonna be multiple
even if it
states.
did, even if they did, listen, they even calculated this a while back. Even if that was the case, and this came from the right.
This is what we're about.
Listen, this came from the right. This didn't come from the left.
I know. This is what we're about.
Even if that was the
This
case,
is what we signed up
there
for.
still wouldn't have been enough fake votes.
Oh no, there is.
To push them
There
over.
is. They look at the numbers.
How?
Oh,
What was it, like
it's
40,000 or
bad.
something?
It's bad.
How many?
Who? But wait.
We're talking. What they've confirmed so far was over the Fulton County shit. That's flipped. It's gonna come out. Arizona, Michigan, Wisconsin, Nevada, Arizona.
Where'd they get the proof
Arizona
from?
Guess
is
what?
the worst.
Here's
They got
my thing
proof?
about it.
Oh yeah.
Here's my
Look it
thing
up.
about it.
Look it
It
up.
doesn't matter.
They spilled milk.
It doesn't matter.
That's what the.
I'm just saying. You're
Shit.
saying.
I
there's
mean,
nothing
we're a
going on in
year from the
country
next
because
election.
they're covering
That-
shit up, and you got you don't even know about
Look
that.
in the United States, bro. A lot of shit get
I
covered up.
mean, he's so young. That's what.
Like,
No,
That's
I'm
what's
just
so-
saying that,
no,
like,
no,
we're going back to the UFO shit. All that was just a cover up.
What you mean? What
There's
you
so
mean?
much
Wait,
shit
wait,
going
wait,
on
wait,
that
wait, go ahead.
our
I don't
people
think it has to do
know
anything
about.
with being young,
He
man.
is young.
But I don't think it has anything to do with it.
No, fuck that shit.
I'll tell you right now, no, there's still people on this world who are 60 years old who think the Earth's flat.
Absolutely.
So don't be telling me because of age, all right?
So I'm so glad you didn't. I'm not glad that you. I wish you was here last episode.
I mean, I'm just saying, there's people
because
on the
last
world.
episode was basically on that. Why do you believe?
Hey, shout out to Ross. We need to get Ross. Oh, bro, maybe we get
All right,
canceled
time
so fast.
out this. All right.
Hey, I'm not even gonna go there. What's up, dog? Dude, y'all are hilarious, man.
So the only thing I know about Georgia lately is that they lost a huge recruit today.
Who?
The quarterback, I think, flipped from Georgia
Oh,
to Nebraska,
yeah,
right?
Dylan Raiola.
Yeah.
He officially flipped now.
He's gonna cry.
Didn't you already lose a quarterback?
No, that's the quarterback that was questionable.
Oh, jeez.
But that's not even surprising. That's not even surprising.
We knew
Yeah,
that was
James got the insight. You said
Right,
that
but-
his like uncle coaches there and just got promoted.
Yep.
Where are you,
And
GM?
Nebraska.
Nebraska was like an offensive
He
line.
played
coach
the
or
fuck
something.
out of them because this is what I'm saying. Y'all gotta watch these podcasters. He played the fuck out of the whole state of Georgia because why? Georgia pays players in high school. Remember that shit.
What do you mean?
Hold on. What I mean?
Allegedly.
No, not allegedly.
Allegedly.
No, it ain't no fucking allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yes,
Can-
allegedly.
Can I get my
Allegedly.
Look at you.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
I mean,
What you mean?
What you mean?
then I
Look at
can't
me.
even talk about
No,
it.
you
then.
can't.
He's absolutely
You have to say
bamboozled
allegedly.
right now.
Yes.
Then allegedly.
bamboozled.
Then allegedly. But then allegedly.
Okay, allegedly they played.
Okay.
Then allegedly.
And that's fine.
Okay, so
They allegedly pay him in Florida and have for years.
Okay, but hold on. So he came all the way from Arizona.
Yeah.
Arizona to come to fucking Georgia allegedly.
And
To
you
play
said it just
it
didn't
on-
work out.
Huh?
It didn't work out.
Okay, shit didn't work out because he sucked. He really do suck. Fuck him.
So
Okay.
you're hurt.
Huh? I mean, he's slew-footed. He thick-legged.
I bet you.
It's thick.
If this motherfucker was going to Alabama, he'd be telling you
no,
how
the
great
fuck I wouldn't. We got the number one quarterback in the fucking nation coming in.
Can I get this point in before y'all go to the next subject?
Tell
What I was
what
gonna say about that LeBron thing, you said the handler. The handler.
No, you don't.
Yeah, we do.
DJ Lagway.
Because he sucks so ass.
DJ Lagway is
y'all got me crunk.
You wounded. Hey, let me say this real quick. So, now all you young athletes out there, if you ever watched The Godfather, I think every athlete needs a Tom, or anybody in the entertainment business needs a Tom or a consigliere, somebody to tell you, hey, that's not a good look, or hey, we're not going to say this, we're going to say this, or hey, don't answer that, don't do this, because at that age,
that's why I'll give Saban. He speaks like that. Like, I remember watching something about him talking about Henry Ruggs and what happened with him, and said, why weren't the people around him stopping him, preventing him? Why weren't there people? And that's what happens too many times, man. I'm glad LeBron has done what he's done with his friends. Because he could have easily gone a different route, right?
Absolutely.
I hope that his friends have helped him stay out of the realm of being in trouble.
They have.
And that's why he has rewarded them. Because that is the truth. If you can stay out of trouble and can make millions of dollars, then you should reward the people who helped you stay out of trouble.
Absolutely, man. He's been loyal to them, but I truly think that, like, if you're an athlete or a young entertainer, follow Derek Jeter's model. All you ever heard about Derek Jeter was that he was this great baseball player, and you never known him as a womanizer or anything, but he dated models. Why was he perceived in that light and others weren't? Because of the way he did, the way he handled himself in public. He never allowed his private life to be exposed to the masses, even with social media being involved. He created the narrative about himself. He didn't let everyone else create it. And whoever he had in his corner beside himself did a hell of a job. And I think that's a great model to emulate going forward if you're blessed and lucky enough to make it to the next level in whatever realm you are going in my opinion.
I'm not gonna lie, I fucking hate LeBron. Not even for that shit, just like the drama.
Hold on.
The drama why?
Hold on.
I called him the drama.
Hold on. I'm glad you said that shit because you, Lee, because your favorite MMA fighter, what's his name? Kobe?
No, it's not
No,
my favorite.
no.
It's the troll. You don't understand. You don't understand the troll. That's why it's so funny.
Yes.
It's really a troll.
Such
a troll. And people take it seriously.
Well, my son's a troll.
Yeah, that's what you do.
Yes, it's
World
literally.
class.
I like him because he's a troll.
Hold on, Tree, because he texted me because Kobe gets on the line this weekend. He did.
I got you, but we also know.
He doesn't think that
you're talking to a guy who watches wrestling.
Come on.
I know what's fake and what's real when you watch wrestling. You see this stuff.
He don't.
Yes, he does.
Yes, I do. If he's mad that I said Kobe would beat LeBron in a fight,
and he won't.
How big is Kobe?
5'11".
5'11".
But
yeah.
okay,
What can he do?
I don't know.
What's his
I'll tell
specialty?
you this.
Hey,
Let me tell you this.
You ever see Bird? Hey, look, you ever see Eddie Murphy? He's not going to make it. The big guy, LeBron's got his hands wrapped around his neck. LeBron James is 6'9", 275 pounds.
and he's gonna fall
And
like
he
a
will
bag
grab-
of fucking
he
potatoes.
will-
6'9".
He's 6'8".
Excuse me, 6'8", 270.
When Kobe goes in for that
Oh my
fucking single
God!
leg
Quit
and gets his
playing!
ass on the ground,
Quit playing!
there ain't
Quit
dude.
playing!
This is what people don't get.
This supposed to be a
People
Christmas
don't get
special.
this.
This supposed to be a Christmas special.
This goes back to the Bradley Martin.
Y'all tripping.
I'm 260. I don't give a fuck. If you know how to wrestle and you know jujitsu, there is not shit that motherfucker is going to
Hey, listen, check this out.
He's a
Nick,
big
look,
bitch.
look at this. Check this out. Hold on. Look at this. Hey, look at this, guys. Look. Check this out. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Hey, check this out.
Guess
If
what?
look,
I ain't
peep
even
this.
going to let you get close
So
enough.
peep this.
I'm going to sweep that
Hey, but
fucking
look.
leg. I'm going to sweep.
Hey, look, if I would grab you around your neck,
Calm down,
That's a big motherfucker going down.
Calm down, Karate
That's
Kid.
a big motherfucker going down.
Y'all going viral.
LeBron,
Y'all
hey,
going viral tonight.
He got
Y'all going viral
hey,
tonight.
fucking here, right to the fucking
Y'all
knee,
going
single
viral.
leg sweep.
Y'all going
There ain't
viral.
shit
Hey,
here.
listen.
Here's my thing.
It all sounds good in
y'all
theory,
going viral
bro.
tonight.
Hey, Tree, I do.
Y'all talking about that
I'm not
damn-
saying.
Oh.
I do think that there is some of that you know. Look, if I'm a pretty big boy,
Well,
if
you
I
know
was-
how to do some stuff. It's different.
Yes.
No.
I'll say
But I don't know
Bro,
if
if you were a black
yeah,
belt
like,
in jiu-jitsu, and
I,
you were a
all I was
national
gonna say.
champion
All I was gonna say is
Olympic
this.
wrestler.
All I was gonna say is this.
What? Let him get his point.
Stop.
Is after this past weekend's fight, I don't know if Colby could beat any of us.
Shit. He's got to retire.
Hey, listen, bro.
He's got to retire.
Hey, listen.
Stop.
It's so
He
funny.
didn't put any
Stop that
fucking
shit.
pressure.
Stop
Hold
that
up.
shit. Stop
It's
that
so
shit.
funny
last
to me,
round.
dude.
Stop that shit.
And then when he did, he looked like, oh my
No,
god.
It's so
stop
funny
that
to me.
shit.
People
Stop
be
that
talking
shit.
about, oh man, this player's a pussy.
I'm
Or
gonna
this
tell you
player.
right now.
Hey, listen, man.
Half of what they do before they get in the ring is so
So they just hype.
it's hype.
It's hype just to promote the fight.
He believes that shit.
No,
It's how you get paid.
I understand the troll,
No, you
and I
don't.
sent it to you to get you fucking fired
Yeah,
Hey,
up.
listen, check this
Because
out.
you get mad
You don't
about
think?
it.
Hey, listen. You don't think that?
Falls for this shit.
No, I'm not fucking. It's literally a troll.
James,
James, it's a
I'm
fucking.
gonna say that.
Everybody who knows
on purpose.
me knows I love fucking
You go for
trolling.
his.
I love fucking, and I
go
troll
for
the fuck
his.
out of you, and you don't even know it.
What?
I'm trolling the fuck out of you, and you don't even know it.
That's fucked
all
up.
all day.
That's
I
fucked
troll
up.
this
Because I'm
motherfucker.
like,
shit.
ain't no
man.
fucking way.
Listen.
I was like, I told you, he wouldn't even win his fight this weekend. And sure enough,
Okay, we're talking about the greatest fighters in the country, not fucking LeBron James.
LeBron would do the same shit.
No, he wouldn't.
In less
Listen,
rounds.
so check this
In
out.
less
All I'm
rounds.
gonna say is this.
In less rounds.
Hey, listen. Can I say this one thing? It's
Oh
funny.
my
We
God.
sit here and talk about
Tweaking.
people, talk about, oh, this person's soft, oh, this person's that. Listen, dude.
LeBron ain't soft.
Now, peep this. I'm a big dude. You're a big guy, but I've been around. Listen, man.
What about
The sheer when you get in the presence of some of these people, man, and you see a guy that is 6'8", 6'9", 270 pounds, solid muscle, got world class speed, is in the best shape of his life. Think about this. LeBron James has been in his prime, and we give him shit.
Kimbo Slice
He's
never looked like he
been in
could beat anybody up.
Right.
Well, yeah, he did.
But
Oh,
he's
he
been in
did.
his prime.
I was in Miami at
Hey,
the time.
listen, how many people can you say this? So go back, LeBron's senior year in high school at St. Vincent St. Mary, when he was 17 years old. You want to hear his numbers? 27, 7, and 7. When he turned 27, 10 years later, 28, 8, and 7. When he turned 37, 38 and 8.
You know
He's
what
been
he
in his prime for 20 years.
Yeah, but in
We
basketball.
have never seen a
hey,
basketball
In
player.
basketball.
But listen,
Exactly.
I'm not saying
that's even
that
harder.
doesn't. I know that, but that doesn't mean that you go out and do every sport.
No, I'm
at
not
Michael
saying
Jordan in
that.
baseball.
But I'm just talking about
I'm
his
talking
just
about
can't.
a little motherfucker that's a black belt in jiu-jitsu.
jiu-jitsu,
We'll take him
boxing, and fighting. If somebody grab your ass and I could do like this to you and you can't move.
Yeah, but
Hey,
I'm
look,
saying.
if I grab you by your
You
throat,
not seen the Equalizer with Denzel?
think you
That
would-
bitch a picture like
Dude.
hand.
just
I
this
think
man,
you would
just
have broke my neck with your hand.
Hey, look,
dog. Like,
Cheeto Vera.
look at that. Look, put your hand
No,
up.
no,
dog.
no,
Sean
no.
O'Malley would beat him.
Yeah, you would have broke my neck.
Nah, man, I'm a pacifist, man.
All that sounds good until this fucking left hand.
Hey,
So,
I'm
that's
What are you
passive,
saying?
man.
You
What's
still-
see? I'm trolling you right now. and You don't get it.
What's telling me
You don't get the
yo,
fucking
you and
trolling,
Tree
dude.
both do that shit.
Hey,
both.
look
Y'all
at how
bait me.
fired
Y'all
up.
bait me for that shit.
It's literally.
Y'all bait me
Leave
for
the
that
troll
shit.
alone, okay?
Stop
Okay.
this shit.
Hey,
Yeah,
man, listen.
he doesn't get it.
First off, I just want to say,
I'm emotional.
can I tell you, can I get this off my chest first? And this is switching gears a little bit. So yesterday, day before yesterday, not yesterday, Saturday, I'm at my son's basketball game. And there's one of the fans that's a family member of one of the players on our team. He's an older guy, elderly guy, not too elderly, but he's up there and he had a cane and everything. There was a female ref, and she was making some questionable calls, right? And people were getting on her in the crowd a little bit. And,
Both ways or one side?
like really, it was. it was equal opportunity moments, but it was way more on our side. That I can honestly say. And well, he called her out on a couple things. Nothing crazy, but quiet gym, not too many people, so you can hear everything. Well, they're talking, and she said he told her that was a terrible call, and she was like, "Well, you can stop talking to me." And he was like, "What do you mean?" It was like, she said, "I'll make you leave." And he was like, "I'm not going anywhere because I didn't do anything." Well, she goes over, and this is a Georgia high school official, and she goes to the officer that was there and says, "The old man has to leave." And I said, "What class are you showing?" I was like, "So you feel disrespected, and then you turn around and disrespect this gentleman. What would be wrong with you say, 'Hey, officer, this gentleman needs to leave,' but you're going to disrespect him?" And I told her, she said, "Well, you can leave too." And I said, "Well, I don't care, but that's wrong of you and you got kids in the gym to show no class and have this elderly man with a cane escorted out the gym by a police officer because you feel like you're above reproach. And then you decide, and I get kicked out of the gym for taking up for him. But I just feel like these referees need to stop taking things so personal and referee the game. Because in any sport, there's going to be hecklers, there's going to be hagglers, there's going to be things.
You know, the sport you play, the sport you referee, the sport you coach, the songs you sing, all those things, whatever you're doing, there's always going to be hecklers. I mean, there's
Absolutely.
hecklers in businesses.
You got to have thicker skin.
You know, and you have to be able to just brush those off. And I get it. Some of them are a little annoying.
But this one was, and it was nothing. Even you know how we know the officer escorted us out, did not make us leave the building. Listen, because once that referee does that, they have the right to have you removed, and you know, so be it. But this is how you know, because usually they have you vacate the premises. There was another game going on in the other gym. They came and escorted us to the gym. Said, "Hey man, you guys go over there." They came back, giving us updates on the score, and they expressed that was wrong what she did. She was on an ego trip. So for me, that was enough for me to know that.
But that's the problem with referees is I think, and I'm not saying all of them. I think there's some referees out there who have an ego trip. Umpires, whatever. I mean, you see in baseball, there's people who just you look back at like, oh my God, why'd you call that a strike? And they're like, you're gone, right?
Look at Chris Paul and that one referee. They've got forever beef. Like, so it's so bad.
That goes back to
his son. Like he said, the referee said something to his son one day, and Kerr said something foul to his son, but
and he said something to the NBA, and the NBA didn't do anything about it.
Absolutely, but when this guy referees Chris Paul games, you can book it. They're gonna lose, even Vegas. And when they find out that this referee is refereeing a Chris Paul game, whatever team Chris Paul's playing for, they're not going to be, even if they're the better team, it's not going to win. Just has it. Playoffs, nothing. But I say that to say, people stop taking things so personal. We are not above criticism. When we can't get constructive criticism for ourselves, then what? Why are we still here? If you're not learning or able to take that, who are you? And what are you about? Everybody has a flaw. And you may not want to hear it, but it might be the truth. And it can help you. So.
Good stuff. No, I'm going to piss my wife off because I gotta get up. But y'all keep going. I got to read.
We can edit this part.
I'm serious.
That would have been, you want to take a pause while he goes? Hey, look, we can edit this part out.
She hates when we get up.
But
He don't cut it.
Yeah, cut it. Right like I try to be the voice of reason.
No, I mean, that's what, look, in all honesty, I think sometimes people take things too seriously, right? And that doesn't go just in sports. I think it's a lot of things. We just try and have fun and joke. And look, trust me, everybody's feelings get hurt. You get up, you move on, you forget about what that person said. You just it's going to happen. But honestly, if you're really wanting to be better every day, you make that be your strength. You make that be your drive. People who may get on you, like that referee that you said, right? Maybe the next time it teaches her to, one, be better about what she's making as a call. Mm-hmm. Maybe have a better relationship with the fans in the stands. I'd love to have a referee who had a good time with the fans in the stands.
Right, and I don't see that it is. And what else was really cool in the game, and it's two things, and I thought was really cool. But there's the other referee, he was a deaf mute and he only signed. So I thought that was really cool. He had somebody on the bench that communicated to the other referees when something needed to be spoken, if he wanted to relay something to them. But I think that is great that he has the courage to even go out there.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And take a stab at it. He didn't do a terrible job, man. I know our coach was frustrated because when he did make a bad call, he didn't make a damn what he said because he couldn't hear him.
I mean, he knows the universal sign.
Right,
I guess he can give
absolutely.
him that one.
Because all he was saying was tell the coach to go ahead, man.
Here's my thing about making it fun and doing right. So baseball, some people can think can be a little bit boring, right? There's a place down in South Georgia, Savannah.
Oh, I know you're talking
Right? The Savannah Bananas. If you haven't seen them, and I'm not here to speak on the Savannah Bananas, but I'll tell you what, they look like every game is a fun time. Every time you go to, it just looks amazing to me. And I get it. Some of it's like, to me, they are the Harlem Globetrotters of probably baseball, right? You know, if you've seen the Harlem Globetrotters,
Yeah.
they make it
It's a
fun,
good time.
right? They're trying to make everybody in the stands have a good time while also playing a game, right? And I think that's what the Savannah Bananas did. I think sports has gotten too serious in some ways, right?
Absolutely, because they take the fun out of it.
It's one. I think athletes are paid too much, but we're not going to go there. But which brings me to our next point: what ruined college football worse, NIL,
Yes.
or the portal?
I think the portal. The portal's ruined it more than anything because here's the thing for me for the portal, and just like anything else, yes, there's going to be a percentage of people who have real hardships or they have serious issues with the team or the coach. But probably I would be, dare I say, probably 60 to 65% of the people in the portal are transferring simply because they don't want to put in the work to get better, to play on the team that they're on.
I was just
They're
going to
not
say, is
willing
it
to
because
wait
they're quitting one school to go to school,
another?
Yeah.
And they know that, hey, all right, I don't want to wait. I want to go right now. And then what that does, it's a trickle effect because now high school athletes who are coming out of high school who once were able to get maybe 6 scholars to 7 scholarships, now that's down to like 3 because why would, especially in football, or basketball and big time college basketball, why would a coach take a kid I have to teach how to?
Well, that's the thing, right? So I go to a smaller school for 2 years. I get myself up, and then I go to a big time program for my 3rd year, right?
Right.
So essentially now what you're creating is the second tier of like college football, right? You're taking these first 2 years of school, and you're going to a mid-level school if you couldn't make it,
Right.
like to the Alabamas of the world, right? And you go to these mid-tier schools, and then all of a sudden you get kind of good, but you're on a team that only does 4 or 5 wins, right?
Right.
Oh, I want to go to a school that's going to have 10 or 11 wins because that's the only way that I'm going to get drafted in a higher round. Well, that's what happens.
Yeah.
So there's no loyalty anymore.
Nope.
And I get it that you can say that there's no loyalty to the players either, blah, 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 blah. But, I mean, look, you're going to just create an environment where nobody's going to want to play for anybody unless they're
ranked or unless they got a chance to win it all. And there's so many people in pro sports that you have no idea who they are. They're not household names, but yet they're making a great career out of playing a sport. They're making a living that they probably more than likely wouldn't be able to make in any other field. So I tell my kids, and you probably heard me say this before, in any realm of sports, probably 7 to 8% of the participants are going to be superstar players. The other 92% are role players.
That's still high, dude.
That might be high. It could be less than that.
Yeah, I would say like 3 or 4.
3 to 4. You know what I'm saying?
You're saying 3 or 4%.
Are superstars.
3 to 4% of all, let's just say all kids that play football, Little League right now.
Oh yeah, that's 3.
Maybe 3. I don't even think it's 3%. I bet it's like 1% of those make it to the NFL.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, even in the pros,
superstar.
I'm talking about if you're already in the pros,
Oh, okay.
even once you make that up, 7 to 8% of that league, there are only superstars sprinkled here and out. The other 92% of the team are role players. They play a role, whether it's football, basketball. There's people who've been in the NBA for 15 years. If I told you a name, you probably would never know who the hell they were if you weren't a basketball fan because they might not even play. They're people who get paid millions of dollars to be practice players.
It's probably a long snapper in the NFL.
I was just gonna say the smartest thing to be in football is a long snapper.
He's probably in the.
You can be there 15 years just being a long.
Probably
snapper.
longer.
Yeah.
And I think it's an NFL guy, a veteran that came back from whatever war from Seattle and he played for Seattle, and he was a long snapper for years, and he was.
That's why I say baseball.
I mean, I still can't believe Al Horford's still playing.
Who?
Exactly.
Who you say?
In basketball.
Who?
I can't hear you. Al Horford. Oh, Horford. Yo,
but
listen.
You know what,
another. Hey, look at that poor bastard.
He ball,
Hey.
though. He can still ball.
But think about this. And you're a Florida fan. So, and I talk about this to people too, dude. And I know this is out your realm. But think about this. Joakim Noah was the biggest name in college basketball. What year was that? 2010? When they won?
2006.
2006.
Or
So
2007.
So my buddy, good friend of mine, Rob Lanier. What's up, Ice? He's a head coach, basketball coach at SMU right now. But he was he was Billy Donovan's head assistant at Florida with that team. What I'm getting at is Joakim Noah was defensive player of the year the first year they won. The first year they won. Projected to be the number 1 pick in the NBA draft that season. He's going to be a lottery pick. Decided to stay. They talked to each other. They said, hey, man, we should make another run at it. Corey Brewer, Al Horford, and Joakim Noah come back. They win it again. Joakim doesn't have a great season that year, though. So he goes from the number 1 pick in the draft the year before to Al Horford and Corey Brewer going before him in the draft and him having to work his way back up to get where he was when he did retire. So the moral of the story is you can't think about everybody else all the time. When it's your time, go when it's your time. You can't think about the whole great experience he had, but he lost out on tens of millions of dollars by making that one.
Here's my thing, right? Who cares about and I say that if I was a $50 millionaire, if I had $50 million,
you wouldn't care.
I shouldn't care.
You shouldn't.
Right? I wouldn't care. A house is $1 million.
Well, you're thinking about yourself. So now we're thinking generational now. So forget about longer than after I'm gone. I want to leave for
even
my
generational. There's plenty of people who have had money left to them that their parents weren't.
And to his defense, Joakim wasn't hurting for money. His dad was a tennis pro.
Yeah.
They were rich.
Yeah,
so
he's still playing, isn't he?
Who?
Joakim?
No, he's retired. No. Really? And if he is, he's playing overseas.
He was what, Jamaican and...
Yeah, he's definitely what's
Jamaican and something.
It's something else. I forget what.
But
I think his dad's from overseas.
And he was his dad was famous too.
Yeah, he was a tennis. He played tennis. Tennis pro.
I'm fucking.
Yeah, he was a tennis pro. So he wasn't hurting for money. They were rich.
See me troll, man.
Man, listen, man. Hey, first off, you are a good sport because we be on your ass.
Here's the thing. I agree. I think the portal is bad.
Yeah, the portal's terrible.
I think the NIL is whatever you want to. That's
cool to me.
That's
NIL.
part about giving the kids money.
I like how Georgia did.
I think here's the problem. What I did. I think they were like, hey,
what you mean?
we're getting too much complaints about all this, and we're gonna let them have free. And the problem is there's no regulation.
Yeah,
right.
Here it is, and that's what I was just saying. So how Georgia done it is this, okay? In essence, if just say, all right, Arias Bailey, we talked about him on the show before. He goes to McEachern High School. So just say Arias gets a high school NIL, and we know he goes to McEachern. Can't mention the school. Can't wear any school. You can't.
Logos.
Logos. So that alone right there, you can't mention the team, you can't mention the school, and you can't have any logos. So, name, image, and likeness. If they want to put your face in print and live and or caricatures of you, you get paid. You can sign autographs now, make money at events. You can be in local car dealership commercials, you get what I'm saying? The local mom and pop shops.
You can be on anything you want.
Anything you want.
As long as it doesn't represent any colors or
exactly. So for me,
they know, like just like recently, I think
because that could give a school an advantage. Kids will.
Jaden Daniels from LSU and another quarterback were on a Subway commercial together.
So Dion people.
Yep.
Kids.
No, Dion's on KFC.
Yeah.
KFC.
Yeah, I mean, so they're obviously getting paid to do what. Here's the thing. Eventually, it'll be like the 5 year. Here's where I don't want it to happen. It goes from the pros. Now it's in college. Then it goes. We know it's kind of in high school. We just don't talk about. It's like that.
You got to be.
It's
you
like
gotta
we
be
knew
one
it was
of
in
the,
college.
You got to be one of those guys.
It was in college, and we were
right.
We were talking about it, but it was like, oh, it's an unwritten rule. Right now, it's in high school. It's an unwritten rule. All of a sudden, you got them little leaguers.
Yeah, now that's where. So, and here's the thing,
and that's what's going to happen. You're going to have some 12-year-old kid.
It's been going on for years. In sports. So, and I can't speak for football because that's not what I've been around. I've been around
basketball,
and I know for a fact, and without saying any names or anything like this, but the AAU circuit, man, kids are flown out to play games. Kids are put up. I mean, it's all types of things going on behind the scenes where you would never know. And, but it's all about exposure for these kids in these programs. And what these AAU programs are striving for now is to get a deal from a shoe company. And when you get that deal from the Under Armours, the Nikes, and the three major circuits right now is the EYBL, which is Nike. The Adidas is called the 3SB Adidas, and then you got the Under Armour circuit. Okay. Those are your three top circuits. And Made Hoops is a subsidiary of Nike. Okay. Well, to get one of those type of deals, you have to have a kid that's at least top 50 in the country. Okay. If you don't have one of those, you're not going to be playing, and that's why you see all these videos of these shoe teams, and that's what everybody's striving to be, playing for a shoe team. But you can also be independent and still make noise. But if you're on those shoe teams, they figure you're playing a bit against the best competition, and they're going to hype you up. So you're going to get those opportunities before a kid that's local and nobody really knows about on the AAU team. If you're not playing at the Peach Jam or at the Adidas 3SB Gauntlet or whatever it is, then you're not getting exposed as much as these other kids, but you're still getting looks with social media now. So there's no excuse. They'll find you wherever you are now. Definitely. But it's getting, I get what you're saying though, but it's been going on a long time as far as.
I mean, I don't think the pay to play has been going on as much as probably in certain areas.
And it's not pay to play so much in high school, it's just perks. Getting there, like you get kids who come from places, hell, kid get a pair of shoes, he good. Kid gets this, he good. And where it comes from, you never know.
I gotta get this out. And it don't even mean too much to me because I know how the game works. So, the quarterback for Georgia quarterback. The
one that just jumped.
He just jumped?
No,
not the high school quarterback.
Oh, the actual college quarterback?
The actual quarterback that took him 13-1 or whatever the record.
This year or last year?
This year, right?
Okay,
So he took him to that great record and just lost the last game to Alabama. Mm-hmm. So he was just having an interview because they was interviewing him before the game for Florida State, and they was asking him about his plans for next year. And this dude is so freaking, and this is how cutthroat this college is, because the colleges, because they're not playing in this playoffs, he is job searching. He's not coming back to Georgia. They already told him, I don't give a damn what he's just playing. He's been what you are. a true fan and love your college university and to play this college game. But the college already told him, I don't like where we at. You dipping. So he's
So they're telling him he's got to go.
Yeah, they did.
How do you know this?
I swear to God.
Where's your?
Oh my God, Jay.
Where you get the sign? You gotta sign it, dog.
He's on the interview. He's talking to the sportscast.
So he said it out of his mouth.
Bro,
He's not playing for Georgia next year.
He said it out of his mouth.
He's
player.
talking
You know,
to
Jay, they
the
told
newscast.
Jalen Milrow
He's
he
talking
can't
to
come
the
back.
newscast.
They told Jalen Milrow he can't come back.
Probably. I can believe it because they got it.
Oh my God.
Because you know why? This is the truth. This is how cutthroat this league is. This is what I'm trying to open up.
I mean, I'll tell you, man.
This is what I'm trying to open up.
Florida will take any of you guys if you want to come to Florida. we could use.
But look, man, you gotta stop saying shit, man, without having proof,
no,
man.
this is proof. This motherfucker talked on the damn regular news station. But this is the truth about Milrow, dog. This is the truth. Hear me out now.
We're trying to. We're
I know I'm long-winded. My wife tells me that shit all the time.
Long-winded? You don't even say it.
Okay, so if you don't take us all the way to the championship, this is how cutthroat this shit is. You will not be at Alabama next year, dog. Because
is that what happened with Ohio State's quarterback? I mean,
That's what he claims. He claims that they told him to go.
Bet you that. And I hate to say that because you love Alabama because all those big games you win, you say Roll Tide looking corny as fuck, but you do that shit because you love it. You love that university. But if you don't make it to the championship, you will not be there. They got the number one quarterback coming from California.
So,
high school right now was recruiting.
So here it is.
That's how the game works.
So check this out.
I mean, look,
Mark my word now.
Here's the
This is
only reason I would say that there's some of that there. Jalen Hurts and Tua.
Oh,
that's exactly what it is.
I mean, look at
That's
that.
exactly what it is.
I mean,
that's exactly what it is.
I mean, Hurts was great.
That's exactly what it is.
He wasn't playing as well. He
That's
put
exactly
into
what
it.
it
Tua
is.
went to
That's
that,
exactly
right?
what it is.
And then all of a sudden next year, same thing.
So why wouldn't they get rid of Ty Sampson or whatever his name is? Why wouldn't they get rid of Ty Sampson?
That dude is
I'm just saying
that for life.
There's some
He's a
coldness.
third string for
why
life.
would you not just?
There's some situations like
Because
think if Jalen Hurts wouldn't have left though.
Because his family.
What his career? He wouldn't be where he is now.
No, his family. For you,
Oh, no, I got you.
I understand that.
It's like connected.
I'm
just saying, like we talk about
for real.
We're talking about how people don't think that is on the level. That's on the level.
Right.
Like, Jalen Hurts still was a great quarterback, right?
But he didn't win that championship to him.
He
didn't win that ring.
Doesn't matter.
He didn't
But
win
had
that
he not
ring.
left,
Tua did.
had he not left, what I'm saying, had he not went to
I'm
where he
not
go to
saying
Oklahoma after
Yeah,
that,
Oklahoma.
had he
actually
not
stayed
gone
on. He
over
stayed
you.
on 4 years.
But had he not left,
Remember, because he went in
right
against in the
against Georgia.
Yeah, in the SEC championship game.
But this is what I'm saying. I ain't saying Milrow you shitted on, but you are shitted on because this is the thing. If you're not reigning that ring in Alabama,
But
I
here's the
promise
thing.
you're not coming back.
This is why the
You will
portal
be
is
going
bad
to
for
another
both.
state, and you will be successful at another school, but you will not be successful next year.
That's why the portal's bad.
That's
it's
what I'm
not
saying.
just bad because players can jump ship. It's
Yeah,
also
coaches.
bad because coaches
They
can say,
kick
"Hey,
you
players,
out. They kick you
jump
out.
ship."
Like,
Right?
Yeah,
like Deion told the
that's
boys.
what I'm saying.
Think about it. When Deion went in,
they
he was
do
like,
it.
"Hey,
And they
everybody
don't-
can't go."
But that's
By
what
the
I'm
way,
saying.
with the Dion thing, did you see what happened with the offensive lineman?
Which one?
They put out this whole graphic, right? Of which
one?
I don't know what his name is, but they put out a graphic. I'm gonna tell you. They put out a graphic saying like, Colorado's offensive line next year or whatever. One of the motherfuckers is fake.
I know.
They have not contacted him. They said they have no relations. They've never talked to him. And they're like putting this shit out there like, he's going to Colorado. And they're like, Colorado came out. I was like, who the fuck is this guy? Like, we haven't talked to him at all.
You know I'm deep in this shit, right?
And the University of Washington, the women's volleyball team, they gave a scholarship to a man.
Really?
That's some
serious?
fucking bullshit.
They didn't realize it was a man.
Oh, they didn't know.
Okay,
So it was
well,
once again. All right. So I'm totally against that. I don't
And
care.
that's
just
from
unfair.
what I understand, they retracted it. But
Yeah, because I just think
this
that's
person
unfair.
played as a female through
all through high school and all that.
But you know what though?
and-
I identify myself as 6'4", dark skin with dreads.
And you can identify
I mean,
all
but
you want.
can
Long
you
as you
respect me
listen,
as that? I
you
was
can
like-
identify
I was
that
like
all you
Offset.
want as long
Offset.
as you run or play with somebody.
You also
who
identify as all
does.
American and from the streets. But
You know what I'm saying?
I saw the last podcast. That you're no
son.
longer from the streets.
He's a suburban
Hey,
dude.
you said I'm suburban. I mean, let me quote you. You said I'm suburban.
He's
as
straight from the
fuck.
cul-de-sac, son. He got it out the cul-de-sac, blood.
And it's all good. Ain't nothing wrong with that, man.
That was
Hey, look.
Hey,
I always tell people
I feel
this.
like this is the end of 8 Mile where he's like in Clarence and his goes to a private school and
And his parents have a really good marriage.
No.
Hey.
So this is what's so fucked up. And I realized I talk with my hands, and that's so fucked up.
Hey, you see, hey.
But what's so fucked up? These two right here are so, they troll me so much, they bait me into shit. But so if y'all watch the whole podcast, it's not me saying I'm not from the hood. It was talking about me. It was talking about me being lost in the swamps, and I saw some black people.
That's bullshit, y'all.
No, it was.
Because at work, he's from the streets.
No.
He's like, y'all better ask somebody.
It had nothing to do with the streets. It had nothing
And
to do
I
with
told
the
him,
streets.
I was like, man, you lying. You ain't never met Martin Luther King. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look, check this out. I'm from the hood, but I'm always.
his parents wouldn't even let him out of the yard to get to the street.
So
Okay,
check this out. And anybody that knows me knows this about me. I'm from the hood, but I'm what you call a hood nerd. I'm the kid that has a bunch of useless information. I'm the kid that knows all the street shit, and you can ask me some political stuff, and I know who my senator is. I know who my local congressman is. I know who your congressman is. So those are the things that I know, but I'm from the hood, though. And everybody know I'm from the
20
hood.
for a G.
Hey, look,
hood.
nobody ever
20 for a
questions
G.
my hood, but they question yours.
He paid 20 for a G.
This is so fucked up. Because it wasn't even about that. It was talking about I was fucking canoeing with my European.
See, I don't know nobody where I'm from that ever canoes. Like I don't know nothing about that.
I got European.
You
I
went
got
to-
European
See,
wife.
there you go,
And so
once
that's the
again.
problem. That's the problem. So I adapted my hood shit.
That's your problem.
No,
You're
I'm
talking
saying-
about
Hey, look.
No.
You ain't adapt nothing. You met it when you was in high
Let's
school.
retract that statement,
What you
James.
mean? I
What the
didn't
fuck
mean.
did you just say?
I don't think I did anything. If I did, I'm sorry. I don't know what the fuck I said.
You didn't say nothing crazy.
What
You
did I
didn't.
say?
That's okay.
You really did.
We're just fucking.
You just messing with me. Like he said, you so easy to get, man. You ain't even
You
said
did
nothing.
it again.
You
I
really
see
didn't
what
say
the
nothing.
circles around.
All
You
right.
gotta stop that shit. You gotta stop that shit.
We're good. We're
Now
good.
I forgot what the fuck I'm
All right,
talking
check
about.
this out.
Now
Switching
I'm
gears.
fucking-
Switching gears.
What the fuck am
Let's
I
talk
talking
about these ridiculous, and Lee, you probably got a loop on this, man. No disrespect or nothing, but Nike drops the Kobe Reverse Grinch sneakers this past Friday at 10 a.m. I take my 10 at 10 a.m. Get on the bid for my son a pair. By let's see. By 10:05, Nike sold out.
Wait.
An hour later, so mind you, they're $190 for these shoes, right? They're only a limited supply. An hour later, they're on GOAT and StockX for $516. What in the hell are y'all
Did you
doing?
hear what I hear?
Hold on. First off, it's not like that's the only thing. Like
Wait,
I don't understand the whole shoe.
What did you hear that here?
I don't understand the whole shoe
What did
craze,
you
but
hear?
that's everybody. They got their thing, right? No differently. Like, okay, so you're talking from a shoe craze.
Right.
I'll talk from. There's a Starbucks that Stanley the cup, right?
Right.
Starbucks released a Stanley cup. Each store pretty much had like 4 of them. People
Right.
were waiting outside for like 5 hours to get these Stanley cups at the stores.
Right.
And then an hour after they all sold through, they're on eBay.
They're on eBay for $200.
Yeah.
Hey, look.
So I get it,
and
man.
I know what these two are laughing at. You didn't catch my disclaimer when I said I took my 10 to go.
You took your what? That's okay now.
Hey, look, I took my 10 to go with Hey, look, CYA, baby.
No, I thought you said it was at 10.
It was. But I said I took my 10 at 10.
But that shit didn't take 10 minutes.
No, it didn't, but it was part of my.
I mean, you can still keep looking down. They told you.
Hey, look.
Okay.
It tells you if you
100
get it or
is
not. But you have to
so
be on it at 10. If you're not, like I'm telling you, 10
Oh,
05
so
is sold out.
They give me a hard time because I'm the boss man.
Okay, but this is what I was thinking.
They give it to me here.
This is what I was thinking. I thought you had to go to that store.
No, it's all
I was
online.
like, you ain't
It's all
gonna make it
online.
back in 10 minutes.
No, it's all online.
Hold on. Welcome to the 21st century.
Thank you, this guy.
Hey, I'm old school.
Once again.
I don't
He's
know.
probably still in front of Ticketmaster and Specs trying to
Hey,
see.
look.
Hey, shout out to
Oh
He
my
at the
gosh.
record store waiting on
Yeah, oh my gosh, the tickets are coming out today.
Hey, look. He at
I
the,
got my sign. I'm ready to buy my
what's the record
tickets.
store that they got now? What's the
Shout out to Green.
Oh my god, what the fuck is the
He's
right
at the
What?
mall.
Y'all tweaking
He's
it
at the
like
mall
that?
at the music store waiting on the new CD to drop.
FYE.
FYE? That's what
Hey, hey,
For your
hey,
entertainment, that's
hey,
right.
Hey,
Come on, man.
hey, shout out to Karina who keeps me fucking not knowing what's going on in
Hey,
the
listen,
world.
man.
Yeah, I don't
You
know.
gotta-
What the
you gotta
fuck.
step
She
your
be-
game up,
She
man.
be doing all that shit for me.
See,
I don't
that's
know.
the problem.
So my brother calls me the other day and he goes, knows I go to Vegas a lot. And he goes, and I was like, I invited him out and he's like, oh, I want to get together, but I'll come out one day. And then he calls me up and he goes, hey man, how much do you think those Adele tickets are? And I was like, first off, they sell out within minutes. And on the secondary market, you're looking at like $1,000 right off the bat. If you want to get up close, it's probably $5,000 to $10,000.
Damn.
For Adele.
To go see
I fucks with
Adele.
her though.
In
I really
Vegas.
fucks with her.
Yo, you know who her man
He's
is,
a
right?
singer.
Who?
Huh?
A rich
Rich
motherfucker.
Paul.
What?
Rich Paul.
Wait, I don't even know who that is.
LeBron's guy
Oh, okay.
from
I don't
Clutch
even know
Sport.
who
Yeah.
it-
Oh, okay.
He's one of his
Man,
buddies.
that guy secured the bag with that one.
Brother.
Yeah, he's getting it both sides. He's got LeBron and he's got
he got
Adele.
Adele. Yeah. Rich Paul. You don't know who Rich Paul is, man? Look him up. LeBron met this kid in the airport years back.
Damn.
And
But I fucks with her. Yeah.
that's why, that's another reason why him and LeBron met in an airport. I was thinking that he was one of LeBron's childhood friends. He wasn't. Met LeBron early in his career in the airport. They chopped it up. They were talking a little bit, and he was telling them that he was going to be an agent, and the rest is now he got his way. Now he's the top agent in the game. Damn. Yeah, dude, he's got everybody.
Yeah.
So
Well, man,
he
you got LeBron.
secured it back. But I'm just talking about the players that he's got now. Man, they just secured bags for all of them.
Nice.
I'm talking about a lot of money for these kids, man. You know, but yeah, bro. Adele.
I fucks with her.
She got a beautiful voice too. She
I
can
fucks
sing.
with her. I fucks with her.
But I want to go to Vegas and see two things. I want to go see.
Hold on. Before you say that, is one of them going to be the new residency, by the way? The new residency for Vegas? Wu-Tang.
Word. Well, now that's three things.
Oh, you
I didn't know that.
I would mind
Whoa.
going to Wu-Tang.
So the Woo, I want to go see Usher show just because it's so ATR here. The Usher show is amazing.
Hey, his tickets are...
That hot ticket there. I want to see that. And in the store the other day was Fabian. He's got a new name, but you would all know him if you've ever been to the Universal Circus. He was Mr. Magic. Well, he's got a little residency in Vegas now. He was in our store. I sold him. Okay. I did his.
What does he do? He's a magician?
He's a magician.
Okay.
And dude, he had this coins. I gave him 2 pennies. And dude, he just did some stuff that blew my mind with the pennies. It was gone, and then it was over here, and then it was right there, and I'm like, yeah. So, but shout out to Fabian, man. That's all right. But I want to go to Vegas to see that. I want to go see what's that guy? Is he still got the magic show there?
David Copperfield?
Not Copperfield.
Chris Angel?
Nope.
Oh yeah, the mind
Come on.
freak.
What's his name, man?
David Blaine.
Blaine? Is it Blaine?
No, Blaine doesn't have one out
He
there.
doesn't have
What are
it.
you about though? What are you about?
Huh?
But what you were saying to tell us about?
No, I'm just saying I want to go see the Usher show. I wanted to see the Magic show, but if it's not there anymore, then so what? But the Woo is there. I was definitely.
There's
gonna see
plenty of
that.
magic shows out there. There's some good
Oh
people
yeah,
out there. Man.
absolutely.
There's some good
Carrot
people.
Top was there.
Yeah, Carrot Top, man. Let me tell you right now, one of the highest paid people out in Vegas.
Yeah, Carrot
But,
Top's got a
but you
residency.
know what though? don't he get played out? Because he has the same old fucking
Not all
routine,
the time.
busting shit. Yes, he does.
Bro, do you know who Gallagher is? You probably.
I
Yo,
know.
remember Gallagher with the
Bro,
watermelons?
dude, Gallagher was the best.
Get played out.
Comedy prop.
No, not if you ain't never been. It's just like going to Disney World. People, listen. People go to Disney World for the first time every single day. So that's why if you ever want to see something about a business model, read the book, the Disney book. It's a book about Walt Disney, and I forget the title of it, but do you know every night, you never see an employee walking around. If you, you hardly ever, they have tunnels that they go. But every night they paint. They paint a lot of stuff. Like if it's messed up, it's going to be touched up overnight. And I know you know from Florida being there.
Yeah, I mean, I have a buddy who works there. I've actually been in the tunnels, but my favorite thing about them is the fact that who picks up the trash?
I have no idea.
Everybody.
Everybody.
Every employee is a trash picker up.
That's what's up.
Every employee is in charge of making sure that there's no trash on the streets.
That's all right. But he did that
Whether
because...
you're the highest up, if you're walking through the park...
And you see something, you better
you're
pick
picking
it up.
That's one of the things that's... You know, that's the importance of what that is. I'm not saying Disney's lost that. I'm sure there's some whatever. I'm not here to get into that crazy game. But that was one of the things when I was growing up. And he started working there just after we graduated high school. Mm-hmm. So that was, 25, 28 years, 30 years ago almost. And for him, it was always like, man, he would tell me the stories. He's like, yeah, we went in the tunnels and you could go from one park to the other. You know why that was, right?
Right, because they didn't want people to...
They didn't want to see the cowboy in Futureland.
Right.
Right? He didn't want to see a cowboy in Futureland.
Right.
He didn't want to see them crisscrossing, so he built the tunnels, which actually, if you go to Disney, Disney's actually like the third story.
Right.
Like wherever you're going around, that's actually up a level. That's up like 2 or 3 stories.
Man, just think about this, man. That man bought that barren wasteland and turned it into...
He was buying it, so he was buying up different properties under aliases, right? So then he, and
kind of like Ford did with his company back in the day, but that's a whole nother story. But
what's amazing to me is Universal, they keep growing and they're kind of, they don't have that free range of, there's plenty of, Orlando is, yes, Disney is a big part of it. Universal SeaWorld is over there. Right. You got plenty of stuff to do. Yeah, so.
Definitely, man. But just that model of, getting back to my point, what I was saying, my original point was, it's somebody's first time coming. It's, every day. So that experience needs to be, and going back to like the Gallagher show, it's one thing to see it, but if you've never been there live to experience it, it's a whole different thing. Like, you can watch hockey on TV and then hate it and go to a game and fall in love with it. Same thing with soccer. You can watch a soccer game on TV, but go to an Atlanta United game. You're talking about a good time.
NASCAR.
I could care less if you know anything about the game.
What
I can promise you is that you are going to have a great time at the game.
Yeah, car races, man. People don't. People get bored. They're like, oh, on TV it looks.
Oh, it's boring as fuck.
Yeah, but when you go to
even in baseball, it's boring as fuck on TV. But the shit you gave me, my wife, I don't even know that shit. I know baseball because I'm an athlete. But my wife, I had to teach her at the game, and she loved the shit because...
We know you're an athlete, man. We ain't questioning your
game,
dog.
I know, but she fucking loved the game because, the game was exciting. Braves was doing their shit at the time. That's all I got.
Man, the Braves, man, are... I'm
glad
glad they won while I was here because I used to talk shit when I first moved here because we swept them. I moved here in 99, and we swept y'all in the series. And
who's your baseball? Bronx Yankees?
Bronx Bombers, baby, since I was 8, man.
Yours is
the Rays. Tampa Bay Rays.
Yeah.
But who before they was a franchise?
We've had some battles. The Rays,
before the Rays, the Cubs.
The Rays and the Yankees had some battles.
Then why would you stick with that shit?
Because I
know you from the area.
So no, look, there's some parts of me that believes. And here I am. The Braves are my team now because I live here too, right? I think that you should want the team
that you live with. Like, I love, like, when the Falcons aren't playing
the
Bills.
Georgia?
Listen, the Falcons aren't playing the Bills.
That's college. That's not professional.
That's
different.
College.
That's totally different.
Yeah.
But
totally different. Professional.
As long as the Yankees aren't playing, I mean, the Braves aren't playing the Yankees and the Falcons aren't playing the Bills, I root for them to win every time.
But
I even bet on
that's what
them
I'm
when
saying.
I know I shouldn't.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I have
No,
a real team.
I'm still a Rays fan. I would love to have seen the Rays and the Braves in the World Series. Man, that would have been like a dream, right?
But that's
while
what I'm
here.
saying. That's why he.
If I lived in Arizona, the Diamondbacks would be my
Right.
team.
No,
Why? Because I want the teams to do well where I live, right?
It's good for the community.
It is very good for the community.
Absolutely.
You know, and when the sports teams do well in their communities, the communities
do well,
better, right?
and the communities come
What I
together
tell you,
more.
what I tell you,
NFL's different.
I said that shit last week.
NFL's
I said
different.
that shit last
Yeah,
week.
it is. College is different. That's why.
No, it ain't. Yeah,
Like,
it is.
because your alma mater,
college-
Yeah,
you
because
can be.
There's also like
I don't want the
340
Falcons to
college teams. I
No,
mean,
but this is what I was telling you.
I don't want the Falcons to win.
Why not?
No, but this is what I'm telling
Because
you.
fuck them. I like the Bucks.
I know, but this is what I was telling you. He was
I'm
giving
still a
me.
Bucks fan too,
Yeah.
so I can't say anything.
Baseball, I feel
Like
like
me,
it's different.
my
Baseball's
first
like
team.
the one sport where I feel like it's
Here's why it is for me. You want me to tell you why? Because I didn't have a baseball team to root for growing up. There wasn't a local baseball team. You know, the Rays only been around for maybe 15, 20 years, right?
Right.
So I could watch two teams for baseball
But
growing
you guys
up.
could go see the spring training games. dude.
Yeah, and
That's
did.
why I don't
went to the
really
Reds.
I like
Yeah.
the Yankees.
Reds, you know, I mean, my uncle
Yankees
played
at
with
Kissimmee.
Pete Rose, played with Johnny Bench. You know, I was actually in Louisville about a couple years ago, and we were doing the Bourbon Tour, and we go to Louisville Slugger, and when you go to Louisville Slugger on a wall, they have every player that's ever signed a bat for them, right?
Wow.
They have right. So we're looking over them. You know, Ryan Sandberg was one of my favorite players. Billy Beane, because Moneyball had just come out. I looked at Pete Rose because he's a friend of the family's, and I was like, you know what? Let me just check something out real quick. And sure enough, my uncle's name, Larry Raincourt, was up
Right
on
up
the
there.
wall.
That's
right?
what's up, man.
And
That's
he played
dope.
with the Reds for the minor league teams. He played with Johnny Bench. He played
That's
with Pete
what's up.
Rose. So you know,
Yeah.
it was pretty cool to see that. You know,
But yeah, man, like it's it is, you know.
Tampa is the best fucking place to live for that.
Yeah, like
The spring training, like
hell yeah,
I got
spring
J-Rod's
training was-
autograph. I got Mariano Rivera. I got Yogi Berra before he died. I got
So for me,
fucking Hideki
I was a
Matsui.
bellhop at coming up at a local Hilton in Buffalo, New York. Well, ironically, our farm team, our AAA team, the Buffalo Bison at the time, was Cleveland's Cleveland Indians AAA team. So when people would come on IR, be coming back, they would come and play for our team. And well, I was a bellhop at the 5-star hotel there, and it was right near the field. So I got a relationship. I met Bartolo Colon. Got to know Doc Gooden when he played. He came. Really nice guy. Cabrera, Orlando Cabrera's older brother used to play for Cleveland. Actually met Orlando Cabrera when he first got here from Colombia, going to his tryout for the Expos.
oh,
And years
back when the
later,
Expos existed.
yo, listen, years later,
Oh my God,
I see him win a freaking World Series with the Angels. How cool is that? I met that kid when he first started his journey to get to that big league.
I got a buddy, Mike Rickman. I'm sure you're probably not watching, but I'll still give you a shout out. Huge Michigan fan. Go Blue for you.
Cheating ass.
Right? He was actually the bat boy for the Rays when he was a teenager, and he was there for Wade Boggs' 3,000th hit. Right, so it was pretty. He was on the field, and, you know, he was part of that group.
Right.
He always talked about how that's one of the best experiences he ever had in his life.
I got a buddy who said the same thing. Shout out to my boy Jeff Kurtz, who might see this on my page when I post it. Shout out to Kurtzy, that's my brother. One love. He was Roberto Clemente's bat boy.
Oh,
Hey,
Pittsburgh.
hold on.
It's got pictures when he was 10 years old with Roberto. So I thought that was real cool. Shout out to Kurtzy, man.
Since we're giving shout out, since everybody clown on me about my hood shit, Jacksonville State won their first bowl game since they went to the LCS.
Who is Jacksonville State?
It's my hometown shit. And
Y'all D1?
Yeah,
now they
no.
fuck
No,
with playing.
hey, listen, I'm
Why
just
we
messing-
want that
listen.
shit? New Orleans,
Listen,
boy. We
calm
did
down.
that shit. And it's
Calm
the
down.
West Side,
Hey,
baby.
calm down.
Hey, are you
We
a
did
Jacksonville
that shit.
State fan?
Yeah,
down.
fuck it.
Oh my
It's
God.
coming up
He got
that
three
way.
fucking.
I'll say you
Oh my
back.
God, he has 3 teams from the state of fucking. Hey,
with him.
fucking! I'm a Miami,
We
Florida,
fucking with
Florida
Jacksonville
State, and
State.
UCLA.
Alright.
Hey, D,
We made it.
UCF and
We
USF,
made
right?
Huh?
My sister,
UCF and UCF.
Yes,
USF,
yeah,
right?
UCF.
my
Yeah.
sister
So-
graduated from there.
I'm just a fan
I
of
know,
the
I
state.
know Jacksonville. You guys are in the Sun Belt. First
Why?
off.
Yo, no,
shout
Jacksonville. No,
What?
Conference
Jacksonville
USA.
State? Listen.
Conference USA.
Well, excuse me.
Yo,
They play basketball against
What?
Kennesaw State.
huh?
They played. I don't know about your football conference, but your basketball conference was in the
They
Sun
just
Belt
moved to
with Georgia
Division
State.
One this year.
So, if it's is it two Jacksonvilles? Is it a
No,
Jacksonville?
There's a Jacksonville, Florida,
Okay.
Jacksonville.
and then
That's
Jacksonville
the one.
State is
No.
in Alabama.
No, Jacksonville, Florida.
Okay,
Because a friend of mine, shout out to Coach Yo, she's actually the head women's coach of Ole Miss Rebels.
Okay.
And they're doing good, but she coached at Jacksonville. She took them to their first NCAA tournament. They made the tournament underneath her. And and what was her prize? South Carolina out the gate. They're playing against Don Staley.
And
So
got Will.
yeah, of course. Come on,
Hey,
man.
speaking of all these famous people, have you guys ever met a famous person that was a dick?
Oh yeah.
Like, let's name some.
Name some.
Name-
That's a dick.
All right.
Not alive still today.
Not
but
alive.
Macho
we
Man
can't-
Right.
was
Wow.
kind of Macho
Tell me
Man.
about- tell me about
He
it.
came
He's
into
from
the
my hometown.
restaurant. He came in the restaurant I was
What
working
city?
at.
What city?
Lakeland, Florida, and he was actually dating the blonde girl at the time, and
Elizabeth.
no, this was after Elizabeth.
Okay.
Wade.
Okay.
And he came in, ordered some food, just really a jerk about it. Nobody ever bothered him,
Mm-hmm.
but he would just
Just wanted to
rude to everybody. Like he deserved to be there. Didn't like we were supposed to
Privilege.
fall. Yeah, we were supposed to
Privilege
fall
is
at his knees because he was a macho man.
Privilege.
And but you know,
So
I still,
for me,
So what? I mean, okay.
go ahead.
Go ahead.
So
No,
for
no,
me,
no,
I was a
no.
bellhop. Like I said, I met a lot of people, a lot of celebrities. But I must say, the one that sticks out the most and I've met some pretty questionable people over the years, but the one that really sticks out to me, and I don't know if he's still alive or not, he may not be, but Mr. Jerry Lewis, Mr. Kids Telethon guy from back in the days, was a dick to kids. I witnessed with my own two eyes some kids come up to try to get his autograph at the hotel, and he treated them terribly, like almost like they didn't exist, and told them like, I don't do that, and like he was just real pompous about it, and I just could not believe that somebody who in the public eye shows to be like he cares about everything. Come on, man. That's terrible to me. I saw that with my own two eyes. Cut it out. That's not good. Don't do that to kids, man. They pay your bills.
Who's your guy?
I'm trying to think of his. There's a pitcher for the Yankees, and his name is Mike something.
Cone?
No. Fuck, man. It's going to ruin the whole story.
You can't bring it up
I
now.
got somebody for you until you think about it.
Go ahead.
Kevin Green. God rest in peace. He's from my hometown.
Football player?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Kevin Green from
Carolina, Green Bay.
Mm-hmm.
Pittsburgh Steelers.
Oh, what's the Pittsburgh got that good for?
Yeah, Pittsburgh Steelers where he really made a name for himself. He got a ring with them, I believe. Yeah, and so he's from Anniston, Alabama, Oxford, Alabama, that area. So his wife is from my high school. Her sister was in my graduation class, right? She was in his wife's sister was in my graduation class, so she was my classmate. I wasn't best. I mean, I ain't really
Right,
fuck
you just
with
knew
her.
her.
I just knew her, right? So he was cool people. He was really cool people. God rest in peace, because he was a character in the NFL and stuff like that. I even think he got into the wrestling shit. He did.
He did.
So,
He did.
but why you say you're a dick?
So, because he was at my graduation, and so and this is what really stopped me from walking up to celebrities when I went to certain cities and stuff. So he went to my graduation, and y'all know I'm a huge football fanatic. I know this motherfucker from everything. And so, and he went to Auburn and all that shit, and he's right fucking there. And the thing was, he didn't want no scene, right? He said he didn't want to be seen. But yet, when his sister-in-law got announced, the motherfucker had the whole fucking crowd looking at him. And so, mind you, I thought, okay, cool, but that's my guy. I fucking love him. I mean,
What happened though?
So when the graduation ceremony ended, I go and we doing pictures and shit, and she's right there and I'm right there. My family's right there. I'm like, and then this is my first time actually seeing a celebrity. I run up to him, please, can I take a picture? If I take a picture with you, son, I gotta take a picture with all these people. Shut me the fuck down. I was devastated, and I mean,
Did he say it loud?
He said it to me though.
Or did he say it loud?
He said it to me though.
Okay,
I don't know.
I don't think
I
that's
don't give a
disrespectful.
fuck though. I don't give a fuck. I was devastated. That's my childhood hero.
I don't think that he gave you the courtesy of saying
that's
why.
That's my neighborhood hero from my neck of the woods.
Yeah,
and he's
but you gotta respect that one though.
He was on that day.
You gotta respect that
hurt
one
the
though.
fuck out of me.
I can feel. I
I'm not saying it couldn't hurt
It hurt you, but
hurt the fuck
you
out of
gotta
me.
take your emotion out of that.
Yeah,
one. Understand
That was
that
my last day with
for him.
I'm gonna go boop boop ba-dum for that one.
Yeah,
Sorry.
man. Like I
figure
can't
out-
agree with you
You
on
figure
that.
out who your boy was yet?
No,
Maiku.
I'm gonna have to look up look up ex Yankees pitcher named Michael. Or
How long
Mike.
ago about?
This is probably like 2008, 2009. But anyway, so this pitcher,
Michael King?
no,
Yeah, Michael Pineda.
no.
No.
I just remember his mom.
Well,
being
there's only
Mike.
two. There's Michael King and Michael Pineda.
No, there's another one, but I'll find it later. But anyway, so
Is he a minor league pitcher?
no, he's big time. But anyway, so the players would run out of the locker room, past all the kids that were like standing there trying to get our ball signed or whatever, and every day, like, because I went to spring training as much as I could, right? And every day he'd come running by and he like, oh, I'll sign later, whatever. And this guy that was standing behind us said like, well, he says that every day. He's not gonna sign. And sure enough, after practice, he comes running by, and he goes, see, he's not gonna sign. And sure enough, he ran right by us, and his mom just goes, Michael. And he stops in his fucking tracks and like just turns around, and she's like, you told these people you were gonna sign. You're gonna stand here and sign for every single one of them.
Did he?
Yeah.
Hey,
A whole
Mom
fucking.
talk.
That's all I'm talking about. Get on that.
So now I gotta
Shout out to Mom, dude. Shout out to Mom.
I gotta
dude.
find out
Fucking
who it was now,
boundaries.
dude. Because
Hey,
I can
Hey,
text
look,
my dad.
I
right
can
now
also
and find
say
out,
this
but-
too. Once again, being a bellhop, I was got to deal with a lot of NHL players. We had the '96 draft in Buffalo, and but I used to have to take a lot of the players from our hotel over to the stadium for practice and for games. Tip well too. They were great guys. They were funny as hell too. But I've witnessed them sign autographs with people, and they know. I watched them skip over certain people, and there is a market of people who get these autographs strictly for resale
Oh yeah.
purposes.
Oh, 100%.
And if you're not a kid, if you got a binder with that just looks too well put together, they're skipping over you because
Oh my God.
they are, because it's not, you're not just a fan, you're looking to get paid. I'd rather sign Joe Schmo, this little boy's or this kid's hat, his whatever he has, than this grown ass man over here who's got this manicured book
Yeah.
of all, this player. Could you sign this picture for me? Don't do shit but sell it for, make a profit off of it. So I've seen that portion of it too. But you got to understand, in that case, going back to you, what he said to
only
you,
Michael.
I get it.
Dude, I'm telling you.
If he would have
Picture
taken
of
my
Michael?
picture with you, he probably would have taken about another 5 to 10
I get
pictures.
it. I get
So,
it. I
and
know
sometimes
that.
when they're on their time, I try not to buy. Like, look at this yesterday. I couldn't help
feel like
myself.
I
I was a fanboy.
I don't feel like I was
Hey,
a
look, I just
scrub,
want to show you a picture. I got a
don't feel
still
like I was a
picture.
scrub.
I was a fanboy at Auburn at this one moment, and I'll be around, dude. I'm around pros all the time. First off, pro athletes, especially basketball players. But I got to meet Jay Will yesterday, man. He shook my
sweet.
hand. Jay Wills from Duke. He was real cool. He was actually doing it was a break in the broadcast. I was walking by to go to the concession stand, and I saw him, and I said, oh shit, I said, Jay Will. He turned around, shook my hand, and I said, man, let me get a photo. And look, I got it on live too. He actually turned around and seen me and smiled. That's a class act right
You need
there.
to post that shit. You need to send that shit. That's the biggest star that never happened.
No doubt. One of
You
my
get what I'm
favorite
saying? You know what I'm
college
saying?
players.
You know what I'm
So
saying?
who are the best people you met? Like the nicest?
The nicest.
Man, Aretha Franklin, man.
Damn, you met Aretha.
Dude, listen, man. I've been blessed. I told you I was a bellhop. I met Guns N' Roses. I met Leonard Skinner.
Were they nice?
Yeah, they were cool. They wrecked our hotel, but Axl Rose and them. I met Leonard Skinner band. They were great people.
Go by it.
Let's see. I met Aaliyah. God rest her soul. I've met Brandy. I've met Bruce Leroy. You know, Ty Mac from The Last Dragon. Him, but Aretha Franklin. What I loved about her, she tipped $100 every time. And everybody who ever dealt with her in her inner circle, they were family. There were no outsiders. No outsiders. Everybody was family. And I thought that was really neat.
Cool.
Yeah. I met B.B. King. He was a great tipper. He tipped 100. Met Luther Vandross. So I've been blessed to be in some places and meet some people that I probably wouldn't have had a chance to. And met Teddy Riley in Blackstreet. I didn't, it was cool, man, for me coming up.
Tim Tebow, man, he was really I met him in the '91 National Championship, 2008, South Florida.
I heard he's a salt of the earth, man.
Yeah, man.
I truly did. I heard that from a couple people. So he's a great person,
Dude, it's amazing to me. It's amazing how great he is. Like he could easily have swayed any way. His college teammates were not the best of the group, but for him to keep doing what he does this thing, and around Valentine's Day, it's a prom for kids who maybe didn't go to prom or might be a little bit slightly challenged, and they rent limos for them. They all get prom dresses, and he does that. He started doing it. He does it. There's people who do it all over the country for him now. He was a great guy. Great guy from that aspect. The other side of it, like David Wells, pitcher for the Yankees. Hung out with him in a bar in Key West. The Green Parrot.
Big boy, man. They said he looked like he was one of our guys.
That was some of the best time I ever had in my life.
He looked like a guy you could have a beer with.
And he was, man. It was great. So the bartender down there, he knew her growing up. That's why he was down at that bar. I worked at the bar next door. We were hanging, and then I got off work. We're hanging out all night. Dude, great time to have, man.
Yeah, who I always thought who I thought it would be a fun time to have a beer with, and y'all might think I'm crazy, and even my people go even think I'm more crazy, but I got his humor, and I thought that shit was funny. But George W. Bush seems like the type of guy that you could just go and have a beer with and laugh your ass off. No, Junior. Junior.
Trump shit.
Not George H. Herbert. I'm talking about George W.
That's on the Rangers?
Like the one that owned the Rangers.
Okay.
And listen, forget about your politics.
From Florida?
No, he's from Texas.
9/11.
Listen, forget about your politics. Forget about all of that. But just that guy.
If you ever see his movie.
Oh, I watched that.
Yeah,
He was one of us. You shit me. He was the black sheep of his family. He was a C student. Get the fuck out of here. He didn't want to be all that bullshit. Like he was the one that they had to. Like I'm talking about Junior.
The one that's in Florida. The one that was.
No, that was Jeb.
That was Jeb.
Christ.
Dude, man.
Okay, but
you're killing me over here, dude.
But both of them are goofy.
The one that was president.
Okay,
not the only
not
one.
The runner-up.
Okay,
hold on, here I got you. The one that was president for 9/11.
Okay, the one who got the shoe thrown at
that motherfucker.
That motherfucker, I still don't want him.
That's
the one I'm talking about.
Funny as fuck,
listen, dog. He's got by far, he's got the funniest. Hey, listen, he's got the funniest clips of all time.
Okay, so here's the funniest thing, right? So you're talking about. Let's just. Which president that you've been around for would you have wanted to hang out with? I guess that answers your question.
Hey, listen, Barack, of course, but that dude right there, it just seemed like it would have been fun to have a beer with that dude because he is funny as shit. First off, whether you want to believe it or not, he's got a great sense of humor. To me, I get it. But just because he's a Texas boy who grew up rich, because make no mistake, the Bushes, those Bushes go back. Way before our time, man.
Sending Nick some shit.
But that dude was funny.
I be sending you some shit.
And I know a kid that used to play for the Rangers, and they said he was a good dude.
Nah, that motherfucker ain't. Remember Kanye said that shit? Remember he said
That's
that
who
shit?
I would like to have a beer with.
Kanye crazy, but he's a genius.
There's nothing wrong with
No,
that.
I'm
Crazy
on
about
that. No, fuck
You
that
don't-
shit.
you don't
I don't
Okay,
think so.
that
If
shit
you
on
listen
4K.
to that
You don't
dude,
think
he
it's
is.
crazy?
Listen,
No,
if
huh?
you listen
No.
to him, dude,
He's-
hey, listen,
he's
Lee,
exposed.
take your
He's
bias
telling-
out of
he's
He's
telling-
talking
I'm not
to you.
talking. I'm like,
He's telling us.
I mean,
Listen,
That's what
listen
this
to what he's
movie about.
saying.
Watch
I
the
think
movie
he's
I
fucking
talked about
brilliant.
on
He
the
is. He's
podcast.
brilliant, man. And he's telling you what is real. He's telling you the shit that people don't want to tell you. Even in our community, he's like, yeah. They said, man. He's like, I'm like, fuck the culture. He was like, yeah, that's right. Because for years, the culture has been telling us to do all of this dumb shit and not teaching us the right way to do things. And in essence, that's all he's saying. The powers that be allow you to get on a record and say all of these crazy things, but then when you say something that's real, they want to ban
Cancel
you. They want to cancel you. And like Dave Chappelle said it best, man. You know, like,
Oh, that's another one.
hey,
oh, that's who I would.
That would
Dave Chappelle said it
Yeah,
best.
I want to hang out with
When
Dave.
I'm on real,
They gonna
I mean
take
that
your
from
shit
the bottom
from
of my
you.
heart. You know what I'm saying?
That's why he ain't want no shoe deal.
That's on real.
Dave
shit.
Chappelle said, I ain't want no
That's
shoe
some
deal
bullshit.
because when I mess around and say something wrong, they gonna take it from me. Why would I want that? Because now I can't speak my mind.
Right.
I can't have an opinion about something because I'm got this over my head that this can be taken from me. Like he said, Kanye had his gold chain on.
Yeah.
And it was like he had that shit on when he came for the next interview.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, but in essence, once you do that in the public eye and you take this money to represent this company or that company, they got you by the balls, man. You cannot have an honest opinion about certain topics, and I feel like that's where our
Unless you own
country
the shit.
is going down for me.
That's guess what? That's
Right.
athletes. That's
That's everybody,
musicians.
and even the regular Joe Schmo. Think how many. Listen,
No,
think
it's
about
not-
this.
I mean, none of us can.
It's
Here's
called
the
the
thing, we
game.
can say certain
It's called
things on
the
here,
game.
I can tell
but
you.
we probably hold back certain
Right,
things.
absolutely,
No, yeah,
because
we-
we know
yeah,
better.
we get-
But
you
think
know
about
about
this.
it.
I came up in the era in the
You know
90s
about
and the late 80s and the 90s where, dude, if there was video around, do you know if there was fucking social media video around, how many people would be ruined
my
today?
God. Oh my
Like, ruined?
Even
I'm talking about ruined.
Even some of the stuff they still air that was filmed, like oh my god, there was a show that was filmed. There's so many shows that were filmed back then that you were
Listen
like,
to
you
the
rewatch
music.
now and you're
Archie
like, how the fuck
Bunker,
are
The Man Show?
Archie Bunker.
No, let's just go
Archie
back to the
Bunker.
early '90s. The Man Show would never make it today.
At all.
That
Archie
might be the one
Bunker.
I'm talking about. I don't know.
Listen, man.
Archie
The guy who was on Modern Family.
Archie Bunker was
the white guy
groundbreaking,
was
so-
very-
Oh, Married
No.
with
I
Children?
love this.
Yes,
No,
Married
Married
with
with Jeffersons
Children.
were the best thing that ever happened to
Married with
TV.
Children's still great. It's
All
great.
in the Family and the Jeffersons was the best thing that ever happened. And,
I fucking love
the
them.
best thing
Those
that
are my
ever
favorite
happened
sitcoms
to
today.
the masses on television. That TV show changed everything because you got to see everybody's biases from a different
fucking
perspective.
love that shit.
And it got people to look at that conversation and spark conversations.
Right.
Like, look at us. Think about this. Look at us sitting here right there. Dude, 40, 50 years ago, this was unheard of. So let's give a shout out just for that alone. You understand what I'm saying? We are sitting
I love
here.
the Jeffersons.
Man, listen.
I used to love Sanford Son, the Jeffersons.
Absolutely, because you got the chance to see, and that was our biggest plight in our community.
Good
man.
times.
But a kid like me, right, growing up, and thank God for my parents. My mom was an educator, and even though I lived in the community, my experiences were different because of who I had behind my door when I went in the house and the things that were required of me. Everybody that I was around didn't have that, right, coming up. But for me to be able to, and you don't have to say things all the time. Kids are smart enough to pick up on things. If I look on TV all the time and all I see is somebody that doesn't look like me who's on there. If I go to a restaurant and I look at the pictures of who owns this place, if I go in a bank and I see who the bank president is and it doesn't look like me, I don't think that I can aspire to be these things.
Right.
So with that being said, that's why shows like that are so important. That's and even however you feel about Barack Obama and all of that, it was more symbolic than anything. Not that he did anything. It was one of those things to say, hey, well, now forget about how we as an adult feels like it, but that 6, 7, 8-year-old kid who got a chance to see a person that looked like them and his wife be the leader of the free world. You don't know what that kid is inspired by, how that kid is inspired.
I think, and yes, here's the thing about that. In today's time, yes. 100 years ago, you didn't care because you couldn't see around the world. Like,
right. Social media has shrunk the world.
No, yeah. I mean, I think that's the thing that's the most important is that it's not only what you see here. Because back in the day, like you were talking about 30 or 40 years ago, right? Your community was different than my community. Your community up in Buffalo was different than my community in Florida.
Absolutely.
Right? Even my community in Florida, in parts of Florida, were probably different, right? Mm-hmm. And that probably still is today in some ways. But I think the way that social media has done it has opened it up to where now it's more visible to everybody, right? Like I was on TikTok today. There was a girl advertising for a travel agency, right? Mm-hmm. And she was on there, and I was like, hey, I know this logo. I've seen this logo, right? And I'm thinking, they're from Lakeland. Right? They're from my hometown. Not only are they from my hometown, they're literally down the street from where I grew up. That's I'm like, and I don't know, I haven't lived in Lakeland in years, and I haven't, I probably don't even socialize that I'm in Lakeland, but they popped up on my TikTok feed, and I'm like, man, that's crazy.
And like for you, Nick, you being so young and everything, so for me, like when I was coming up, we had the news, the local news, and you had the nightly news. And
60 Minutes.
And 60 Minutes.
Like Sunday night, you really watch that.
Whatever was presented to us and put in print and presented to us, we had to take as fact. Because
we read a newspaper every day.
Every day. I had to read a newspaper every day. I was a communication major, so that was part of my schooling, right? But what I'm getting at is, as the masses here, whatever the narrative was on television, whether it be true or not, we took it as truth because that's how it was presented to us. When social media came into the realm, it shrunk the world where now you can't set the propaganda can't be, because now I can communicate with Joe Schmo from wherever they're talking about. We can have communications. The last big thing that happened when I was younger, I can remember when the Berlin Wall fell in 91. When Eastern Europe and Eastern Germany and Western Europe they tore that wall down. I can remember watching that on television, right? And so what it's done in essence, it's been the gift and the curse, but it's also done the things where I can communicate with people, and now I can have more opinions from more than one places. It's not a biased opinion, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And people like you've never lived without it. So you're probably thinking like, holy shit, where I'm sure Lee can remember a little bit to where, hey, when we went outside, dude, we were outside.
Yeah.
Like, we had to, no matter what, and when he left from where he was at, we couldn't, like, our parents couldn't communicate with us. We had to still make it back to where the fuck we came from.
Me too.
Hey, if the lights come on,
we know to start hitting our ass back to where we from.
No, you're supposed to be home before the lights is on.
But now you got a cell phone where you could call, your parents could do.
They
were out.
They know where you're at.
Now they can track
I think I was the last generation of that.
What you mean?
I didn't have a cell phone.
But here's what also changed, right?
So I was in high school.
I
knew where my friends were.
You won't let your
I rode
kid
around
do
on
that.
a bike and looked at their bike.
Today.
Hold on.
You wouldn't let your kid do that now.
No, not at all, because it's a whole different world now. Before, we were...
Not only is it... See, here's the thing. Not only has it changed for the better...
It's changed for the worse.
It's changed for the worse.
It's been a gift and a curse. Like I said, man, this whole thing is the gift and the curse because it's put us closer together, you understand, as far as being able to communicate. But also what it's done is it's given people a voice that really... probably shouldn't have a voice for stuff, I say, because now everybody's the media. So
yeah, but I think the other side of it too is look, everybody should have an opinion, no differently than
right. But I was just talking about as far as.
But for me, like it gives the people who want to do bad, it gives them better ways of
doing bad. Right? Absolutely, that platform. It can be used to hurt too.
And man, we watched some videos where there's people, like I watched someone one the other day. There was a guy who was checking out, and there was a girl in front of him with a guy in between them. And that guy only had that guy was watching that girl. Right. And if that husband and wife don't tell that girl to go back in the shop and there's somebody following you, something's happened there.
Right, no question.
Right, and I think that's the best thing too, is that people are looking out for each other more too.
Yeah, no doubt.
I'm hoping they do, because that's. I mean, literally, we're talking about Christmas, and we're talking about all the. This is the Christmas edition. And I think people should look out for each other.
Hell yeah, man! I do too. So
absolutely,
and I think that's what's wrong with the world. We all got our own differences and everything, but at its core, I've been around a lot of places, man, and I've been blessed to be around a lot of people from different walks of life, different parts of the world. And one thing I can honestly say, and no matter how you feel about it, whatever your prejudices or biases are, we have more in common with one another than we don't.
Yeah.
And it just looks a little different, but it's all the same. We all want the same things out of life. And if we can just, once again, just stop taking the petty shit to the next level and realize that everybody want to make a decent living. Everybody want to make sure that they're healthy, their family's in a good place. Everybody's got the same shit with their families. Everybody's got dysfunction in some way. Everybody's got a family member that's got something going on. So I just still think that with all of our differences, I think we've got more things that in common than not.
Right.
As human beings, no matter where we're from or what you look like.
We do. I mean, we come to the earth pretty much the same way, right?
Yep.
We go away from the earth in the
same way.
We live and we die the same way. We just have to do it in different ways as we're on the earth. But.
And my thing is too, and I'll say this, and then I'm gonna shut up. And a lot of people always are quick to bring race into things, right? So for me, I won't even say racist. I don't like using that, because I say if everything's racist, nothing is racist, right? If that makes any sense to you, all right. So, but for me, I feel like what our problem is, and this is worldwide, is that we have a cultural divide where we don't take the time to understand different people's culture and the way they live. So, for instance, it may not be cool to say certain things in my neighborhood a certain way, and you may not know that. But I would be remiss not to let you know, hey, that might not be a good thing to say because X, Y, and Z.
But I think you have to educate the people who aren't educated.
Without emotion. In the proper way, without getting emotional.
And the person has to also be accepting of that education.
Absolutely.
Right? And that's it goes back to communication,
and
right?
that's all it is.
And communicating in the right way, right? It's communicating in the right way is how we're all going to move forward in life, right? There's never going to be a time where somebody's not going to say something that's going to hurt your feelings.
Absolutely.
Or say something that's going to make you mad. Or say something that you disagree with.
And that's the beautiful thing about our country, and we're losing it, man, because, like, I could care less, like, hey, if you hate me, so what? That's your problem, right? I can't do nothing about that, right? But at the same time, I respect your right to be able to hate me, right? Or to be able to have the views that you have. I may actually disagree with whatever you're going on, but I'm not mad that you have the right to think like that, and I don't want to take that away from you. I'd rather have a debate with you and see why.
Here's what I would rather hear your side, listen to it, you hear my side, and hopefully we can meet in the middle.
And if not, we can agree to disagree.
Yeah, I mean, that's
still be all right.
Because trust me, I mean,
sports.
I can't
bring it back to sports.
Right, it does. And it can bring back, I mean, shit. You can say, well, let's use TV for example, right? You might say that American Idol was the best singing show, and somebody else.
The Voice is the best show.
The Voice might be the best show, right?
Let's debate it.
Days of Our Lives was the best soap opera. Young and the Restless, right? You could have been a WCW fan or a WWF fan, right? So there's a lot of things in life that we have that are not always going to be agreeable. We should be able to talk about why we like things or don't like things.
Hey, Nikki.
And have conversations.
I feel like, too, and I'm going to let you answer this. So, like, with Lee and I coming up, Lee's not too far from me in age, right? So, the difference, I feel like you guys have a lot, if for nothing, no other reason that the racial divides nowadays are a little bit different than they were in my days, because hip hop was a new thing. If you weren't into it, you weren't into it, right? Either you were. But if nothing else, music is universal, where we didn't have much in common. If you didn't have nothing in common nowadays, if the kids have, you guys listen to the same music. And if nothing else, you could strike up a conversation about that, and that could lead to other things. Whereas back in 1988, for me, if I wasn't listening to Guns N' Roses, like, I might not have any, you know what I'm saying? I might not have a way to communicate with this guy other than, you know, we just didn't have those things in common back then.
We probably talked a lot about sports. We probably didn't talk a lot
sports
about
would be a thing, but everybody's not into sport. Right. But you kids, this newer generation, y'all got some things that are universal.
We also only, like I think this is the part where, like, we were also, like, if he's like where I was, I grew up in a small town, right? Everybody knew each other. Everybody was at the baseball park on Friday. You all knew each other. Half the families worked together, right? You went to the same pizzeria or the same chicken.
Or your parents knew each other, or something like that.
So like, you know, and from where I was from, my grandmother graduated from my high school. My grandmother, all her kids. Both my mom and my dad graduated from that high school, right? My stepdad graduated from that high school, right?
Right.
So I knew everybody. I mean, we all knew everybody in that town. You know, my uncle was the president.
You couldn't get away with shit.
My uncle was the president of the Little League team, right? My assistant principal went to my church. You know, so like we knew everybody in that town, and I think that's what's changed today. There's none of that.
Right. People don't know your name. Like, how many of your neighbors do you know?
I mean, like, people across the street and like two houses down.
That's it, right?
And listen, I know, I communicate, like, I've been in my new subdivision for, let's call it, it's 3 years now, right? A little over 3 years. I know the people in my cul-de-sac and one person down on the other end. And the only reason I know him like that is because he's the president of the HOA. Mm-hmm. But the people that are in my cul-de-sac, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, there's 5 houses in my cul-de-sac. I know those people. I couldn't tell you nothing about the people that live down the street, and that's a problem. I should not know my neighbors. And I'm in a small community also.
I think that today there's so many things going on, right? And I get it. I'm not saying like everybody you got your basketball for your son, right?
Right.
You're always doing something. I think that we don't take the time enough to do those things.
Yeah, because we're all caught up in our own shit, man. Right? We got our own shit going on.
And here's the thing, right? You know, even using the show like the Jeffersons, right? Mm-hmm. Their neighbors were their best friends.
Absolutely.
Right? Their neighbors were the people who they hung out with. The neighbors were the people, and that's because they had a common thing, right? They lived in the same building. Whether they had the same relationship or goals or
but
it was they were there with each other. They were there. They became friends, right? And I think that's, you know, you live in a neighborhood, and that's why it's called a neighborhood, right? You know, and you hope that you can grow up and, you know, the people around you.
And look at our job, man. Look, you got dudes who you probably would never interact with that you probably call friend. You know what I'm saying? Like, guys are twice your age. You know what I'm saying? Look at us sitting here. Hell, I'm twice your age, and hell, I've told you, you know, I've told you not to put that out there, but I've complimented you to your dad. You know, I got a chance to meet your dad, and I told him how I think you're a hardworking young man, and he did a good job with you. You know what I'm saying? And those things like that, I feel like those are the things that matter. When us as older guys, we would be remiss to not give you what we know from our experience to help you succeed. Like, I won't, without saying any names, like me at the job, I like to pour into the younger guys there and tell them, hey, listen, this company right now, whether you know it or not, you're young, you don't have any responsibilities, and you're not in college, you haven't got a degree, but you're learning this job at a young age and you're able to move up. And they hire from within. I was like, don't blow this opportunity, because you have a chance to make a living that you probably wouldn't be able to do without going to school. So those are the things I feel like younger kids don't get to hear from people like me. We don't take the time to to pass those gems on to the younger generation.
I think we do. I think
we do in our way.
I think that's the great thing is I hope. I mean, I remember being a kid and thinking, man, whatever, this guy don't know what he's talking about, and I may have kind of ignored it at the time, but then I take it now and I'm like, man,
then the guy knew what he was talking about.
Yeah, this guy.
I get it now.
And there are times where you're going to talk to people who are a little bit younger than you, and they're going to give you the brush off.
Right.
Right. They're also going to give you the oh shit. Okay,
right. Absolutely. And I'm getting thank yous and and all of that.
I got one thing because everything y'all talk about, I got life experiences. As y'all see that white sheet, those 2 white sheets of paper.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
In high school, I had we had a NFL player. I forget his name, but he was talking to the seniors and talking about goals and stuff. Write it in your pocket, leave it in your something that you will see every day, and that's my business goals right there. I practice that to this day. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, but that's
and
cool,
I listened to that from high school.
No doubt, and like I say, but for me, where I am, I have my kids and everything, and I joke. You guys see me around work, man. I'm pretty even killed. I try to come to work and be positive, and even if I'm having a bad day personally, you wouldn't know it. I try not to put that on. You know me, I'm the same guy every day. I try to be, but at the same time.
So when you take that 10 minutes.
Yeah, I take my 10, man. Hey, but I always
I
do it by the book.
When you order some Nikes.
Absolutely. Hey, I try that. Anything for my boy.
I'm kidding, man. You can do it.
No doubt. Hey, listen, man.
I totally understand.
Honestly,
I'll give
man,
you. Here's the thing. I'll give you. That's one of the things. I don't try to bring up work here, but I do give you respect for talking to your son. Whether it's text, call, you kind of step away off the floor.
Absolutely.
I think that's the problem with the world. There's not enough of that.
Right.
There's
my
not
family's
enough.
everything to me, man. So, and
I think that's the problem. That's why he has a good upbringing because his family cares. I had a good upbringing,
and so did mine.
Like, and I'm not saying that everybody's going to have that, but
no
I
doubt,
can tell
everybody doesn't.
I can tell you this: those that
I appreciate that too, though.
Those that do have better chances in life.
I'm making it succeed.
That does not mean that we don't give people who don't have those chances.
Oh,
I
no
promise
question.
you on that.
But I appreciate that though, man, because that's what I do when I say I'm stepping off. I'm talking to my family in the morning. Like I'm making sure that, hey, how you doing? How you feeling?
I mean,
have a great day. I love
video
it.
Games. I mean, that's
Man, you know what I mean?
But you know what though? Even though every family is different, biological, adopted, and you know what? It don't even matter because all of the families are different. Mm-hmm. Because all of ours are different, and it's still that same bond of saying.
It's like what we said earlier.
Yeah.
We're all
transient. We're not from here. We're our own family.
At the end of the day, we're all the same people. We just got different directions of it.
Absolutely, man. It just looks different. That's all it is, man. It sounds different, but it's the same shit, man. Like, and my extended family here is great, man. Like, most of the people that I know here aren't from here. They're transients here, and we've created our own families here. Like, you know what I'm saying? I've got some blood members, but I've got people here that I would treat, that I would do just like I would do for a blood family member, that I feel the same way about them because we've built those type of relationships here because we're all we got here. And you know what I'm saying? So
is Georgia the new Florida?
In what aspect?
Atlanta area.
In what aspect?
Like people moving instead of moving.
Oh no, not but Georgia. You see you ever see my hoodie I wear?
People, all those Yankees, all those people from the north.
They're going to Tennessee and Florida now because of no tax. That's why in Texas, Tennessee, Texas, and Florida for no tax.
Oh yeah, because they want to make sure their money goes a little bit more.
Well, listen,
but
what I tell my people,
their property taxes in Florida a little bit more.
What I tell my people is this.
There's no estate tax.
No, that's cool. But here's my thing. This is my thing, and I don't care how you feel about it. But especially us Northerners who tend to lean left, right? Which is cool, no problem. But the problems that you are trying to escape, leave that shit there.
Do not bring that bullshit here.
Don't move here trying to turn here into there.
Don't California
because
my foot.
Here is here for a reason, and you left there for a reason. Don't bring that bullshit here. We're just fine. Trust me. That's why I wear my hoodie that says "We full."
I wasn't going to go that one. No. Here's what I was going to say. If you were an athlete, why would you not want to play in Texas, Tennessee, or Florida?
Because you're going to see all of your paycheck. Robinson Cano. Do y'all remember him? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Robinson Cano played for the Yankees. Just so happened Jay-Z and Rock Nation represented him and the sports agent. He was one of their first clients. He had a deal on the table from the Mariners, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. Seattle Mariners. $92 million deal. The Yankees countered to match the $92 million deal. After they crunched the numbers, over the life of the contract, Robinson Cano, if he would have stayed with the Yankees, he would have paid out a total of $42 million in taxes between Jersey and New York that he would not have to pay moving and to play for Seattle. Holla back.
Damn.
Mariners, here we come. So over the life of his contract, for whatever time it was, he was going to be $42 million richer simply because he did not decide to stay in New York and pay taxes in New York and New Jersey.
That's that jam right there.
So think about that. How smart is that?
Damn. Paying that much in taxes.
And a lot of people don't know that these athletes had to pay taxes in every city they play in.
Yeah.
They get a W-2 for every city they play in. They're going to have to pay, every state. Every state they play in, they pay taxes on it. A lot of people, that's what the masses don't know. They are taxed.
All right, well, we'll wrap it up with some Christmas shit to finish it.
Yeah, it's supposed to be Christmassy.
Top 3 Christmas movies.
Home Alone.
All right, you're first.
Home Alone 1. Number 2. I would have to say, what's You Shoot Your Eye Out, You Shoot Your Eye Out. What's the Christmas Story? And I'm old. Tiny Tim, what is it? It's Wonderful World. What was that?
Scrooge? Oh.
What's his name?
It's a Wonderful Life?
It's a Wonderful Life. That's the movie that I'm talking about.
Yeah, the angel, every time you hear a bell ring, an angel gets his wings?
Yeah, what was the other one, man, with Tiny Tim? What's that? It's old black and white movie.
This is out of my own.
Yeah. I can't remember, dude. But y'all know what I'm talking about. The movie with Tiny Tim, man.
Okay, so like the up-to-date version or like the original?
And Elf now, too.
And Elf?
Okay.
Okay, because I like the originals, like back in the day, like 70s, 80s, when we was watching it was like, bad graphics and shit, but we still loved it.
Right, which one was yours?
Tiny Tim and stuff like that.
Yeah.
What is it? Name the movies.
Tiny Tim.
You don't know the name of the movie?
No, it wasn't.
Like, top 3, man, not just one. You got to do 3.
I'm not like that. Tiny Tim.
Okay.
And then Rudolph, the whole thing about
the cartoons with the abominable snowman.
Yeah, the whole little fucked up animation and shit. I mean, because he was like a black sheep basically, and I fucks with that.
Hey man, what about you, Lee? What's your top 3 to Christmas music?
So that's such a tough one there,
right?
Because I mean, there's so many good movies that have been out for Christmas. Whether you like it or not. Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
Absolutely, I forgot about that. Die Hard.
Right. Another one.
Hey, Vacation.
It's up there. It's so hard for me. Like that's the problem. Like I'm like, I want to put this one in. I want to put this one in. Like so, okay, you got Die Hard for action. Let's go with the comedy.
Okay.
We'll go. If I'm gonna go comedy, I'm gonna go Jingle All the Way.
Okay.
Where Arnold Schwarzenegger is
I remember that.
Right. Honestly, great cast in that movie. And for seriousness, It's a Wonderful Life is good, and it probably would be, but Miracle on 34th Street for me.
There it is, Miracle on 34th. That's what I was trying to say.
But I actually like the updated version and back in the mid '90s.
Yeah.
I did black and white. I just not a big.
But the Home Alone was great for me.
I mean, Home Alone was like it's like that's the thing, man. There's so many great Christmas movies. Even Elf is a great movie. I mean, Santa's coming.
Today was National Elf Day. You were supposed to answer the phone like Buddy the Elf today.
Oh, you know what? Oh, I got one more shout out. Stone Cold Steve Austin. Happy birthday today. All right, December 18th.
That's what's up, man.
If
Stone
you're
Cold
watching,
bad boy.
Stone Cold.
Yes, all right, my top 3. I got Christmas Vacation, Home Alone. Actually, now I'm putting Elf at 2, Home Alone 3.
Hey, I agree with those.
And then 4th honorable mention that nobody talks about: Christmas with the Cranks.
Never seen that.
Highly underrated.
Never
Same thing with Jingle All the Way. Nobody ever says that.
Yeah, man, dude, that movie.
Good one.
Was Sinbad and you said Sinbad was
Arnold Schwarzenegger. Sinbad.
That was funny.
The dad from the neighbor. He was a huge comedy writer. He was on SNL. He was in it. I mean, it was Jingle All the Way is one of those classic movies.
Man,
because here's what Jingle All the Way does, right? It's this toy that your son has to have.
Oh yeah.
And it's
Plus,
Christmas Eve.
Superman,
it's Christmas Eve, and you haven't gotten that gift.
It was the evil.
And everybody's running around trying to get it.
USPS.
And then you run into the guy who's trying to sell it to you on the down under.
Right.
Hey man, let's go to
And
speak Spanish.
your dad turns out to be the superhero.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Crazy,
Yeah,
dude. I saw it, man. It was
That's
great.
a good one.
So,
hey man, gentlemen, well, believe it or not, I have to go to Walmart for my daughter. She's going out of town tomorrow, so I'm going to have to call it a night. And it's been a pleasure. I hope all of you have a wonderful holiday.
happy holidays, Merry
Bless
Christmas.
you and your families.
Happy New Year, probably because that'll be,
Probably when we're back, baby. After
I don't know if we'll be doing one on New Year's because that's the day that Alabama and Texas are going to lose.
Hey, so
That is not
go, buddy.
Milrow, if you want to play next year, get that dub, dog. That's what we do down there.
Don't let Michigan beat you guys, Alabama.
They
You got to
won't.
represent
Hey,
the
they
SEC.
not cheating now.
Texas,
so
welcome to the SEC. Don't let us down either, okay?
There you go, baby.
Oh, they gonna get that.
Signing off.
Still,
And let's get it for a big What You Mean.
What you mean?
what you mean?
I think
What
we
you
got
mean
one Christmas episode, and
Hey, it's all good, man. It's the first.
damn. So you
Yeah,
can air
good.
this.